Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Rod Das Magwal. Welcome to the regular meeting for the City of Daly City. This Monday, December 8th, 2025. To watch the live telecast, you could go onto YouTube, www.youtube.com/@dalycitygov/streams, or www.dalycity.org/agendas, or Comcast channel 27. Public participation, there are three ways to submit public comment. Number one, submit written comments by meeting day. Number two, submit written comments during the meeting. And number three, attend the meeting in person. To submit written comments by meeting day, please email the city clerk at cityclerk@dalycity.org and include public comment in the subject line. All written comments received by 4 p.m. on meeting day will be provided to the city council prior to the meeting. Please note any email comments received after 4 p.m. on the meeting day are not guaranteed to be received by city council prior to the meeting. Comments are not read aloud into the record. During the meeting, you may visit www.dalycity.org/agendas to submit comments using the public comment form to address the city council on a specific item or during the public comment period. And such comments are delivered to the city council and city staff during the meeting and may be read into the record at the time they are received. To speak at the meeting in person, please complete a speaker card located at the entrance to the council chamber and submit it to a staff member as early in the meeting as possible. Persons with disabilities who require auxiliary aids or services in attending or participating in this meeting should call the office of city clerk at 650-991-8078 as soon as possible. The City of Daly City acknowledges that we are on the ancestral lands of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. We recognize their enduring connection to this region and honor their history, culture, and contributions as indigenous protectors of this land. We affirm their sovereign rights as original inhabitants of this land and pay respects to the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples. If you're inclined, if you can please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we're here.
Two columns, item number 6.
Okay. All right. Ms. City Clerk, are we ready for a roll call?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Present.
Ms. Perano,
Present.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, present.
Ms. Manalo, Dr. Rod.
Present. Okay, so we have one presentation. We have the DCPLA grant to the Daly City Public Library. Clayton Koo, come on down, Director, Daly City Public Library Associates.
Good evening, Mayor Das Magwal, Vice Mayor Sylvester, Council Members DiGiovanni, Perano, and City staff. Thank you for the opportunity to speak for you tonight. My name is Clayton Koo, and I am the President of the Daly City Public Library Associates, or DCPLA. Tonight, I am pleased to present to the City of Daly City and its public libraries 3 grants totaling $27,700. First, we received 2 grants that will help with upgrades to the children's area at the ceremony branch of the Daly City Public Library. Genentech provided us a grant of $15,000, and the Gordon L. King Jr. Memorial Grant provided us with a grant of $7,000. In total, $22,000 will go towards this upgraded children's area. Second, we received a grant from the town of Colma for $5,700 to purchase new launch pads for use across all 4 Daly City Public Library branches. Currently, Daly City Public Library has 43 launch pads with content geared towards children ages 0 to 5 and was checked out by the library patrons more than 250 times last year alone. Launchpad titles at the library includes Say It in Spanish, ABC I Read, Build Me Up, Build and Create, and Animal Talk. Each title has genre-specific games for children to learn through play. This grant will help us expand the Launchpad collection for 0 to 5-year-olds, as well as start a new collection for children ages 6 to 12, as well as teenagers. Thank you to Genentech, the Gordon L. King Jr. Memorial Grant, and the Town of Colma for the generous donations in support of the Daly City Public Libraries and for all of its library patrons. We look forward to continuing to work with these donors and many more in the coming years to continue finding ways in support of the Daly City Public Libraries. We also want to extend appreciation to the City Council for always prioritizing our libraries as an important community benefit and asset. Thank you to the City Council, City of Daly City staff, and the City of Daly City Public Library staff for helping DCPLA find ways to further improve the experience for all library patrons for many, many years to come. Lastly, this year alone, Daly City has given $56,200 in grants to the City of Daly City to support our public libraries. Last year, that number was $42,000, so that is $14,200 more in 2025. And lastly, next year is DCPLA's 15th anniversary, and we are thankful to all of our members, donors, sponsors, partners, and community members who have played an important role in the grants we have raised and given back to our libraries. Since 2011, we have donated almost $500,000 to the City of Daly City and the Daly City Public Library. DCPLA looks forward to providing even more grants to the Daly City Public Libraries heading into 2026. Happy holidays and Happy New Year as well. And thank you for your time, and I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Koo. With that, open up to folks and dice. Councilmember DiGiovanni.
Only have to make a comment is that you always keep on giving, and then this amount is really, every dollar counts, especially the expenses are getting more and the needs are getting more. And we have a lot of libraries and they're very busy. And then I know that you work with Shayla, you and Victoria, and then and all of them, Patricia, to make sure that they all goes to whatever it is needed. Can't thank you enough. Our libraries need to be supported, and hopefully one day we'll be able to get them open on Saturdays so children can, when they go to a door on a Saturday in a library, the door will actually open. So, because I remember when you're little, that's important. So we'll get there. So thank you all, and let's just keep going because it's for the families, it's for the youth, it's for the elders, it's for everyone. The library is indiscriminatory. Thank you very much, Mr. Koo.
Thank you.
Councilmember Perano.
Clayton, thank you for representing such an amazing board of directors, and definitely I'd like to thank the leader. And Victoria, you've done an amazing job, so thank you very much for that. Chella, for just the leadership that we receive, and it's just so important. Stepping off of 6 years of being on DCPLA, I will say I got to watch so many talented volunteers, and I just wanted to say thank you for that opportunity, and I hope I can help in some way as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I like every time there's a grant and you say, now this is for this or this is for the kids' furniture, then it's time to go check out the library. So thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
Mr. Koo, thank you so much. We always look forward to DCPLA coming in. And I just want to chime off of Councilmember Perano stating about what the money is going to be earmarked for, and that makes you want to go to the library. Well, ever since DCPLA came in a few years ago and earmarked some money for these printing machines, and you have one. I have yet to go, so I definitely will make it a point. A couple of points I'd like to make that you made mention during your presentation. One is that the increase from $42,000 to $56,000, which translates into $14,000 over 1 year. I think that's outstanding. And when you talked about Inception, about $500,000, I saw the mayor reach for his phone. I thought he was bringing up his calculator, so I tried to beat him to the point that actually comes out to at least about $33,000 a year. So I wanted to bring that up. But also one of the most important parts is keeping tabs of your donors. Usually you get donations and you tend to, forget, and by keeping tabs on them, it keeps it going. So I appreciate what DCPLA is doing. I'd like to thank the various donors to include Genentech, and most especially the city of Colma, which is our next door neighbor. And for them to do something like this and taking care of our libraries here in Daly City really means a lot. So I thank you. I thank all the previous presidents of the library, as Councilmember Perano clearly made a notice of. It's definitely appreciated. Thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for everything you folks continue to do for the city of Daly City. Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll I don't know what they call it, retweet everybody, copy everything everybody else said. But also, I just want to say thank you, Clayton, DCPLA. Y'all are a very important pillar to the city of Daly City. Every community event, all the different events that you've put together this whole year. Congratulations also achieving the Daly City Chamber of Commerce Nonprofit of the Organization of the Year. That's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the presence and action that you all provide for our community. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yep. All right. Okay.
Is it okay if we take a photo really quick?
Yeah, sure.
If my DCPLA director, please come
You-
up and we'll take a photo.
you-
Can we take one with you guys?
You have a big check?
Actually, I gave you the chair, it's just a normal size.
Okay.
Off to item number 2 for the approval of minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of regular meeting of November 24th, 2025?
Motion to approve.
Okay, got a
Glenn
motion.
Sylvester, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Off to item number 3, approval of agenda for regular meeting of December 8th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Public comment. I think all the comments are for specific line items. So we'll wait for the public comment until we get to that part of the agenda. Okay. Yes. Oh, Mr. Myers.
There's one.
Do you want to wait till,
Are we on consent
Number-
agenda, Mr. Mayor?
we haven't got to consent agenda.
Oh, not yet, okay. I see.
Okay, so, getting down to consent agenda, is there any items that want to be pulled for discussion?
I'd like to pull number 4, commend Fire Chief Ron Myers on the occasion of his retirement, please.
I'd like to pull number 6.
Number 6, are there anything else?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to pull item number 5.
Okay,
5. So in all, with the exception of items 4, 5, and 6, request approval for the consent agenda.
So
We got-
moved.
If I got that right.
yes.
Yeah,
we
so
got-
moved.
We got a motion, can we get a second? Oh, we got a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we have a resolution for Fire Chief Ron Myers on the occasion of his retirement. And this is a very, very important occasion, as you see a lot of our folks in the back, our firefighters in the back, and I'm gonna go ahead and read the resolution, and then we're gonna proceed with some, oh, there it is. Thanks, Vice Mayor. All right, so we got the big commendation here. Okay. So proclamation, Fire Chief Ron D. Myers. Whereas Ron D. Myers began his distinguished tenure with the Daly City Fire Department on July 15, 2002, entering the organization as a seasoned, highly qualified fire chief, bringing him with extensive leadership experience and professional preparation. And whereas Chief Myers came to the department with exceptional academic foundation, having earned an Association of Arts in Fire Science from Butte Community College, a Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration from California State University, Chico on May 13, 1990, and a Master of Arts in Behavioral Science with a concentration in Negotiation and Conflict Management from California State University, Dominguez Hills on December 31st, 1998. And whereas prior to joining the department, Chief Myers further demonstrated his commitment to professional excellence by completing the California State Fire Marshal certification process in the discipline of Chief Officer on April 14th, 1998, strengthening his capacity to lead, mentor, and advance the fire service. And whereas throughout his career, Chief Myers demonstrated unwavering dedication to public service, guiding the department with integrity, professionalism, and a steadfast commitment to firefighter safety, operational excellence, and community engagement. And whereas Chief Myers extended his service beyond administration leadership, contributing to community goodwill by participating in public service and community-focused events, and whereas Chief Myers has consistently exemplified the highest qualities of leadership, mentorship, and public service, profoundly impacting the department, the personnel he led, and the community he served. And whereas Chief Myers will retire on December 30th, 2025, concluding over 23 years of dedicated service with the City of Daly City as Fire Chief. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Roderick Dos Magbois, Mayor and the members of the City Council of the City of Daly City, do hereby proclaim December 30th, 2025 as Fire Chief Ron D. Myers Day in the City of Daly City, and extend our deepest appreciation for his decades of dedication, service, commitment to public safety, and lasting contributions to the community. Signed and sealed by the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Daly City this 8th day of December 2025. Maybe we'll have you speak first, and then I'll give this to you. Yeah.
Well, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. As I said at the commissioners' dinner, this is one of those things where it makes you decide maybe you don't want to retire, but I'm going to go ahead and retire. But first off, I really would like to give a round of applause to my organization, the group of people, women and men, that have been part of this organization for the whole time I've been here, made me what I am here today, and it was all about them. So if we give them a round of applause. I've been dreading this all day to come here, and everything is like your last thing you're going to do, and I'm about down to the last thing I'm going to do here. But I really have to say there's three things I'm very proud of. One is the fact that our organization, and was always a priority to us, was the health of the organization. We haven't had grievances in 20-some years. We work together, we collaborate together, we work out any differences, and that was always paramount to the organization. I told everyone that trust and the fact that we did an interest-based approach to everything we did was going to sustain us for the long haul. I don't think I would have made it all these years as chief if we didn't have that approach to it. The other area is the things you as a city council and other city councils have provided us, and that's the equipment. We have the best equipment, fire apparatus, protective equipment, which is hugely important to us, and all the other specialized kinds of resources that we need to protect this community. And The one thing I'm also grateful for is never having a major injury or fatality of a firefighter. And for that matter, very few fatalities in this community due to fire and that. And so that was always my thought as a fire chief is I did not want to have something bad happen to our people. In fact, I used to tell them, how I wanted incidents run and how I wanted them to operate, to the point that in the beginning, a lot of them would say, Chief, you're trying to take the aggressiveness away from us. And I'd say, you can replace the building, but you can't replace the people. And as those people got older and had families, they kind of would look at me and say, I understand what you're saying now. At the beginning, you were always trying to keep us from, we thought, not getting inside and being aggressive. And I said, no, it's all about going home at the end of your shift. I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to you, the city council, previous city council, city manager Piccolotti. I've had the opportunity to work with many city managers within the 3 cities. I think it adds up to about 20 different city managers over the course of time. And this community and everything this community brings, it's always been a joy. I had opportunities to leave and go to other agencies over the years, but I never took those opportunities. This was always a comfortable place to be here. I remember John Martin hiring me and asking me, how long are you going to be here? And I think he said, I want you to be here 5 years. And I said, okay, whatever you say, we'll go. And I really didn't think I'd be here 5 years. And now all these years later, I've been here this whole time. And it's because this is a great place to work. I've enjoyed the 3 communities that we've provided service to through the North County Fire Authority, which is the third thing I'm very proud of, which is bringing together all those parties and all those groups together, which has been difficult at times, keeping it all together, but it's been very beneficial in the savings to each of the member agencies and the amount of money that we have brought back into each member agency over those years, and hopefully that can continue on. But with that, thank you very much. Thank you for all the years. I'm probably forgetting to thank somebody or remember something here, but with that, thank you.
So don't go too far. I know we have a lot of folks that want to say something for you. So Councilmember DiGiovanni.
Thank you. Well, Chief, is this really happening? I'm like, we're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to say, no, I mean, it really didn't happen. But wishing you all the best in your retirement. And that, I think it's smart to always be healthy when it's time as well. And so when you know, and for you and your family, and maybe hopefully you'll be able to travel. And I know it's a big adjustment. I just can't even imagine. But we'll make sure that, yes, we do have the best equipment, and whomever it is takes your place needs to make sure to keep up the standards, to give them the best equipment there is, because that was always a big thing with me. And thank you for battling down at the county for us in Daly City when they were always trying to charge us more or try to change numbers on us. I mean, you were famous throughout the county saying, oh, that Fire Chief Myers, he really went up to bat for Daly City. I mean, that's what it takes, and nobody saw that, but you were down there really tooth and nail letting them know that, it's our money, right? So thank you, and humble and grateful for your service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Perano.
Thank you so much for all these years. And I can't believe it flew by.
Yeah.
You haven't aged a bit. Yeah, you look exactly the same. Thank you for everything you've done and for your leadership. And I wish you and your family all the best.
Yeah.
Don't be a stranger. Come visit. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I got 4 things.
Oh,
When I see the fire crew there in the back, and I know they're on duty, so they keep their radios on. And just approximately 15 seconds ago, I just saw 2 left after a radio call. So the dedication to service is not to be underestimated. Number 2, for those of you who don't know, ever since I've known the chief, he looks the same all the time. You should see him when he's off duty. He's out of uniform and cleans up very well. So I just want to say, I've always known the chief to look like that. You said something earlier, Chief, that I really take to heart, especially in my previous career on the other side, and that's police. And you are definitely a true leader, because a true leader, he or she is the one that gives all the kudos to their staff and to all the firefighters out there in the audience. It's you folks who make the chief look good. So thank you for everything that you do. That's the sign of a true leader. Thank you, Chief. And the last thing I wanted to say, I'm always full of euphemisms, and I always got sayings, but I learned a euphemism from you just tonight, and I'll be sure to remember that. You can replace the building, but you can't replace the people. I'll never, ever forget that. So, Chief, I want to say thank you for your years of service. Thank you for your dedication to our great city of Daly City, and I wish you the well-being in retirement. I know that you can't keep still. You're going to surface somewhere. So you're laughing at me now, but I know. And I wish you the best, and I'm looking forward. Retirement is a good thing. So enjoy your retirement, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Vice Mayor. So, Chief Myers, thank you for your service. It's pretty crazy how something that feels so long can go so fast.
Yep.
And I think that when you are in a place in a space where you are going to work and you feel like you're making substantial, important work and significant work in a place, work just tends to go by so fast. And so I just want to say thank you for your service. You provided institutional knowledge over these past decades, and seeing all the men and women that are standing in the background, they stand on the foundation that you helped co-create. And I just want to say thank you and congratulations on retirement. And we're always going to be here. So if whenever you want to come through and party with us, there's always a space. So I'm going to give you this proclamation, and then if we as a council can do a quick photo. Is that fine?
Just two other points, if I could make them, I came to me. I want to leave you knowing that this group of firefighters are capable, prepared, and are ready to handle anything that comes at them. And they are masters at their profession and their trade. The other thing that I wanted to say that I was very proud of, our mission statement has one word in it that it was always very important to me, and that was be kind. And I hope that stays as the mission of the fire department. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bring them up here.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. I know, right? Is it surreal?
Yeah.
Like, here they come.
Chief Myers, want to stand up
Teresa?
We got a big crowd. Are we standing in front of this thing? No. Stand
Sideways.
sideways.
Some folks can come up here as well.
Oh, there, see? There you go.
I know, he's trying to see her. Just one time to see her. That's good, you squeezed everybody in here. Chief and his crew. Come on up here.
Okay, if you can't see the lens, you're not the picture.
Can you see everybody?
Ready on three, 1, 2, 3.
We're on tiptoes now.
Thank you. Oh, snap. Okay. So before we move on, we do have one public comment from Mr. Ray Satori. Ray, if you would like to come down. Sorry about that, Ray. I apologize. Yeah.
I prepared Jerry a note. Mr. Ron, oh, he's tall. He's really tall. Well, Mr. Mayor, the honorable members of the council, saying thank you is a big thing to me. Gratitude, appreciation means a lot to me. Tonight, we hear Fire Chief Ron Myers, the Marshal Chief of Northern County Fire Authority, which provides rapid assistance for medical, fire, and other hazardous situations. On the occasion of your retirement, Chief Ron, incidentally, for the delectation of the people here, you know, Ron, Chief Marshal, handles Daly City, Brisbane, and Pacifica, approximately about 200,000 people. You will notice that Ron has a good smile, very quiet, but very effective guy. For 22 years, you have exemplified professionalism with integrity and commitment to excellence as fire chief. You have been a model of professionalism, a leader, a strong protector of public safety, a model, a leader, a strong protector, and operational excellence. General example is teamwork is very important to you, and mentorship, service, and integrity. One more minute, please. Your contribution to safety standards had not only advanced your mission, but also inspired those around you with the high standards you set. Your legacy will continue again, and it will guide your peers here, especially the firemen around, and your invaluable services with good health and spirit and happiness to your family. With God's grace and blessing, congratulations. Thank you very much for the community.
I appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Satori. I apologize once again. All right, moving on to item number 5, Command Executive Legal Office Assistant Sylvia Mosqueda on the occasion of her retirement. Unfortunately, she's not here with us right now, but I think out of respect, I would love to read her proclamation. Sylvia Mosqueda, whereas Sylvia Mosqueda will retire on December 31st, 2025 as an executive legal office assistant, concluding over 37 years of dedicated service with the city of Daly City. And whereas Sylvia began her career with the city of Daly City as a typist clerk 1 on November 1st, 1988. And whereas Sylvia was promoted to typist clerk 2 on August 12, 1991, to Senior Legal Office Assistant on November 7, 2003, and to Legal Secretary on December 18, 2017. And whereas Sylvia has served 2 city attorneys during her tenure, and whereas over the course of her career, Sylvia earned numerous commendations honoring her exemplary performance, dedication to public office, and significant role she played in supporting the city attorney's office. And whereas Sylvia served as a notary public for the past 4 years, providing an essential service to the city by ensuring the authenticity and proper execution of important legal and municipal documents. And whereas Sylvia was recognized as City Attorney's Office Employee of the Year by City Attorney Rose Zimmerman at 2025 Employee Service Award celebration. And whereas Sylvia was always be remembered for her exceptional professionalism, dedication, and the significant contributions she made to the City Attorney's Office. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Roderick Dosmank-Wall, Mayor, and the members of the City Council of Daly City, do hereby proclaim December 31st, 2025 as Sylvia Mosqueda Day in the city of Daly City, and extend our deepest appreciation for her decades of outstanding service to the Daly City community, and extend our warmest congratulations and best wishes on the occasion of her well-earned retirement. Signed and sealed by the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Daly City, this 8th day of December 2025. So you'll get this later, Sylvia? Okay. All right, moving on to item number 6, consider resolution affirming support for tenant protections and housing stability. So I'll hand it over to City Attorney Rose Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council. Good evening. This item is presented this evening for the Council's determination to adopt a resolution affirming the support for housing stability and tenant protections in the City of Daly City. The resolution represents a policy approach that advances the city's longstanding commitment to equity and fair housing while allowing time for continued study of implementation needs for a tenant protection ordinance. The resolution that is included in your packet affirms support for the goals of a tenant anti-harassment ordinance, which has been provided by Faith in Action. The ordinance outlines a legal framework prohibiting forms of landlord harassment, provides tenant civil remedies, and includes relocation support provisions. Rather than adopting an ordinance at this time, the recommendation for council determination is to adopt the policy resolution, which recognizes the importance of tenant protections, but also acknowledges the need to study the administrative, fiscal, and legal impacts of a potential ordinance for the city of Daly City. The resolution also directs staff to evaluate local tenant protection strategies, including the ordinance, and encourages collaborations with landlords, tenants, legal aid providers, and nonprofit partners to assess the community needs. The resolution further includes a directive for staff to return to the council with a progress report during the mid-cycle budget review anticipated in June of 2026. The report will summarize findings, outreach efforts, and possible implementation milestones for a tenant protection ordinance. The council's actions with regards to the resolution reflects a phased, thoughtful approach to policy development, one that allows the city to evaluate the feasibility and budget and operational capacity for this legislative action. So in summary, this resolution, if approved, is a public statement that affirms the support for housing stability and tenant protection, directs staff to continue studying the feasibility of a tenant anti-harassment ordinance, and encourages stakeholders' engagement for future council review and further engagement. The draft resolution, as mentioned, is attached for your review. Staff is available to answer any questions or any clarification that the council may have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ms. City Attorney. As of right now, I'll take comments from, should we go public comments first?
Public comment?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and open the public comments since we have many people that are here in attendance, and I know we have young people here that have school tomorrow. So let's go ahead and we'll start with Mina Young from the Business and Housing Network.
Good evening, Council. My name's Maina Young. I'm the president of Business and Housing Network. We are a network of thousands of mom and pop owners, mostly seniors and immigrants throughout California, and a lot of them are in Daly City. This comes to us very suddenly. We have not been informed of this coming up, this resolution, and it feels like an ambush, actually. My understanding is that the council is supposed to look out for the well-being of all stakeholders, whether they are housing providers or tenants. But in any case, the resolution that you just mentioned, they seem like a one-sided punishment for the people who provide housing. And if we don't look at just how they are currently working out the neighbor, San Francisco, then you'll be amiss of what kind of damage it's going to do to the housing market in Daly City. San Francisco has some of the strictest rent regulations, and right now the owners are afraid to rent out their places because the law is so one-sided that they could lose their property. So please do not do any more damage, and please help the community work out their disputes and not more regulations, which will only aggravate shortage in housing. Thank you.
Next, we have Bill Newell. Oh, Bill Newell.
Good evening, Council. Thanks for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Bill Newell. I'm a former teacher of Westmore High School here in Daly City, and I want to just tell you one of the things as a high school teacher for Daly City that I learned is such a rich community of immigrant populations, people from all walks of life, from all different nationalities, communities. And what we're talking about tonight is our entire community in Daly City, not just one group or another group, but all of us. And I want to just say that I'm here in solidarity tonight with the Faith in Action area Daly City leaders. I'm here to urge you to support the resolution for tenant protection and housing stability as simply a first step. This is simply a first step to have greater community dialogue for passing an ordinance in the future that will protect all Daly City tenants and, from my experience, all people of Daly City. So I think we need to keep that in mind, that it's not a we-they situation. It's a situation where we want to protect, and particularly at this point in time in our own history of where we are today, it's all that much more important that we be cognizant, sensitive, and aware of all our immigrant people, all our immigrant population, and everything that we can do to protect our communities. And one of these things is to protect their rights as tenants. So I would hope that you could keep that perspective as you go forward and simply look at this resolution as a first step. This is not any kind of absolute commitment or final decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newell. Next, we have Carter Pohl, Working Families Party. Carter, come on down.
Hello. So, as the mayor said, my name's Carter, and I'm a representative for the Working Families Party in California, especially here in San Mateo County. And I'm here to expressly say that we support and are looking forward to the passing of this anti-harassment tenant protections resolution here in Daly City. The Working Families Party supports issues and solutions crafted by impacted people and hold our electeds accountable to those issues and solutions. So right now, we're actually really excited to see some of our members and endorsed candidates do the right thing tonight, such as Mayor Rod and Councilmember Perano, who I understand is a recent new member of the Working Families Party. So our members are watching, listening, they're here, and they're waiting for this resolution to be passed. So please be an example of a Working Families Party member and elected by doing the right thing, voting yes on this resolution, supporting the people, and improving our human dignity. Thank you.
Thank you, Carter. Next up, we have Kalima Salahuddin as our next speaker.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor Das Magwal and the rest of the council for hearing this and for bringing this forward. My name is Kalima Salahuddin. I'm a former trustee for the Jefferson Union High School District, and I am here speaking for the REACH Coalition, which is a group of elected officials of color and community-based organizations of color that are serve large populations of color. And one of the things that we did is we ran the COVID sites at Jefferson High School. That's how this group got formed. And I'm gonna keep it real like I always do. I'm here for people, right? I'm here for people. And as someone who experienced it myself, you know, I live in Broadmoor because I couldn't find a place in Daly City. When I did live here in one of the largest apartment complexes here, there was mold. I paid more in that apartment for water and garbage than I do in a 3-bedroom house right now. And there was nothing that I could do about it because it's so hard and you're so scared to complain or do anything about it because you don't want to get kicked out of your apartment. Unjust evictions, crackdowns on tenants who complain. I've seen it repeatedly happen over and over again. One of the easiest ways to tell how well a child is doing is to look at their zip code. And that's directly tied to housing. Housing and how well you do in education is intrinsically linked. And if I have a child that is in an unsafe environment where they can't study, where it's loud because of the insulation is so poor that you can hear everything that's happening with your neighbors, you can't do your homework. And then on top of that, for this poor housing, we have people doing 2 and 3 jobs. Where is the humanity? Where is the dignity for people that have been historically underrepresented, underserved? So, you know, I hear the first speaker, but justice feels like prejudice when you've been able to get away with stuff forever. And now I'm saying it's time to hold everybody accountable for the humanity for all of us. Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Wendy Cruz.
Hola, buenas noches. Como dijo él, mi nombre es Wendy Cruz. Yo vivo en Daly City por 20 años. Soy líder de Fe en Acción. Hasta ahí.
Good evening, everyone. As was already mentioned, my name is Wendy Cruz. I have lived in Daly City for 20 years.
Y especialmente estoy aquí para esta resolución que yo sé que está por ahora y soportar a todas aquellas experiencias que he escuchado, aquellos testimonios que he escuchado durante 2 años y medio. Y por eso estoy aquí para apoyar la resolución.
And I am here in particular to express my support on behalf of this resolution and also my support for everyone whose experiences I have heard here today. And as I said, to support this resolution.
Y muchas gracias por esta oportunidad, por hablar por algunas personas que ahora tienen miedo de estar aquí, pero nosotros somos la comunidad está atrás y todos estamos aquí porque queremos un lugar seguro y estable.
And thank you so much for allowing me to speak for this opportunity. Also speaking for those who may be too afraid to speak. And I want to say that the community is behind all of them, behind all of us. And let's continue moving forward with this.
Muchas gracias.
Because we want a safe and stable home. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just quick question for City Clerk. For translation, can we increase the time to 4 minutes so that, yeah. Next up, we have Elva Flores. Elva Flores?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Elba Flores. Estoy aquí para pedir por favor, al señor alcalde y a todos los del Congreso que componen todos los servicios para las rentas. Y decir a las personas, a los arrendatarios, que tengan el valor y el coraje de perdón para todos los hombres. Y no es falta de respeto, pero que se pongan bien los pantalones para tener el coraje de decir la verdad, no que le hacen a uno. Yo estoy pasando una situación horrenda para mí. Soy una persona que voy para 75 años, tengo cáncer, no me gusta dar lástima ni usar las enfermedades, ni hacerme una cobarde. Pero estoy muy dolida del alma contra mi arrendatario y a las leyes. Espero que reaccionen bien. Por la razón que la mentira es lo peor que hay en la vida. Hay que tener palabra. Este señor, yo he vivido por 15 años en Daly City, en Los Olivos. Duré en Los Olivos. Y no me ha dado la cara. Solamente me mandó los papeles, unos papeles, bueno, pensé que hasta era broma, pero la cosa es que no es correcto lo que hizo. Me hubiera dicho el mismo día que yo iba a arrendar, fui a solicitar, que su hogar no era legal. Me lo viene a decir a los 15 años. Yo no sabía de todas esas cosas y ese mismo día me entero casi de que él me decía que me saliera, que iban a llegar a inspeccionar, pero yo no sabía por qué el lugar era ilegal, hasta hace poco, entre agosto. Ok, y me dice, me da para el 19 de octubre que tenía que desocupar. Me duele la jugada sucia que me han hecho. Sí, yo tuve que llamar el día 24 de octubre a la policía y les agradezco a todas esas personas que si nos tratamos con respeto, nos dan respeto. Llegaron inmediatamente, yo entré en shock, estoy usando bastón porque perdí mi balance emocional. Ahora ya me siento un poco mejor. Y gracias pues que por Gaby conocí esto anticipadamente como avisada en nombre de Dios. Él se ha portado ese día, si yo salgo antes no hubiera podido entrar a mi estudio. Ni mi hijo, pues sí es un hombre de 39 años, pero llegaba a su trabajo antes. Hubiera sido horrible para él. Él es nacido acá, yo soy ciudadana, soy una persona, me considero, y lo digo de frente, con respeto para todos. Porque para mí no hay color, no hay clase, no hay nada. Tenemos que tener humanidad. Este señor creció su casa muy grande y como muchos, perdón, no estoy faltando de respeto a nadie. Gracias a tantos inmigrantes que tenemos necesidad de rentar, como todos hemos en cualquier parte del mundo. Han crecido sus casas. Han crecido sus casas a ser más grandes.
Una pausa para interpretación.
Ok. Yo sé, pero estoy hablando de mi corazón, no por ningún papel, lo que estoy viviendo.
Hello, my name is Elva Flores, and I come here to say to a certain man to please, to keep his word. And I'm here to talk to all of you, those of you who are in charge of regulating rents, to tell this landlord to tell the truth, because I'm almost 75 years old. I am suffering from cancer. I'm sick, but I'm also sick to my soul because of what's going on. And I want to say to this man to be true to his commitment to his word, because this man, who's my landlord, hasn't even have the guts to face me. And what he did was just sent some documents to me to get me to vacate my home. And he didn't even have the guts to come and tell me himself. And he also should have told me when I moved in 15 years ago that the unit was not a legal unit. He didn't tell me that until 15 years later. And now he's telling me that I need to leave. And I received a notice on October 19th that I needed to vacate my unit. And on October 24th, I even had to call the police department. And what I have to say is that I'm not being treated with respect, and if he wants respect, he needs to give respect. I come here to you, to be before you, supporting myself with a cane, because I'm feeling that I don't have stability, and this is what's happened, and I wanted to say that if folks had not intervened, I wouldn't have been able to go into my unit. Not my son either, who's 39 years old. He couldn't have been able to go into our unit because of what's happening. And so I'm just asking him and people to show humanity. May I continue?
Oh, that's time.
Se le acabó el tiempo.
Gracias.
Ok, pero les pido por favor que hagan ver lo que es. Yo no tengo a dónde vivir, estoy donde, gracias a Dios, mi familia me vierte, pero no tengo cocina. Por favor.
Okay, but I'm asking you to please do something because I have nowhere to go. I have no place where to live.
Porque yo no
And
tengo ahorita
please,
dónde vivir.
because I don't have a place where to live.
Casi de posada. Okay.
I'm just basically staying at someone else's because I have not found a place.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking, Ms. Laura. Next, we have Laura Ciesa. Laura?
Buenas noches, me llamo Laura Ciesa, participo acá en Fe y Acción y creo que no va a demorar más de 2 minutos el conteo de este video, que se lo voy a dar para que ustedes lo puedan ver. Y ahí yo ya había contado mi historia, usted creo que yo ya la sabía, pero esta es la realidad, lo que yo viví. No sé si ustedes se lo pueden pasar el video para que ustedes lo puedan ver. No va a durar más de 2 minutos. Lo aprieta ahí.
¿Cómo se llama su nombre?
Laura Ciesa.
Good evening, my name is Laura Ciesa, and I don't believe that I'll take 2 full minutes because I do have a video that I want to share with you and that tells my story. And I want you to know what is my reality, what I have been experiencing. And so my question is whether I can play this video for you. It's less than 2 minutes long.
I don't know if we could put it up here, but if you want to just show us in that video.
No sé si quiera dárselo a la persona, pero nos lo quiera mostrar a nosotros acá.
Sí, normal.
Okay.
Porque es lo que me pasó.
Yeah. I mean.
Sí, pásaselo nomás.
Wait, how long is it? Is it 8 minutes? Okay.
Mi rentario.
Okay.
If she could explain, si por favor nos puede explicar lo que está pasando.
Se lo he explicado en varias oportunidades, pero
I have explained it on several occasions, but to be brief,
yo alquilé un
I
cuarto.
rented a room for my son and for myself.
May I please let her finish first, because I'm, and then we can hear her and, yeah.
Alquilé un cuarto por $1,000, con la condición de que tengo que lavar, planchar, cocinar y todo para el señor rentario que me alquiló el cuarto. Aparte, tenía que ayudarlo a limpiar los jardines porque él era jardinero. Con esa condición podía yo pagar los $1,000. Y porque tengo mi hijo que es negro, mi hijo es negro, él no quería que mi hijo viviera conmigo ahí, que me quería alquilar a mí, pero a mi hijo no. Pero yo tengo un hijo menor de edad, le dije que sí, que podía constar que él me podía ayudar. Pero le hizo la vida imposible a mi hijo. No quería que mi hijo, dice que el pelo se le caía, que la ducha se iba a poner negra y me ponía un montón de percances por mi hijo, por ser de color. Entonces le dije que ya había conseguido un lugar donde irme, pero que la señora que me quería alquilar a mí quería un ticket, un recibo, algo que constatara que yo iba a pagar. Y el señor no me lo quiso dar. Y como no me lo quiso dar, el señor, yo le reclamé que me diera el ticket que me quería ir y me pegó. Me pegó y me cortó el brazo. Acá están los cortes que me hizo en el brazo. Y me dijo que se me iba y me empujaba y me botaba de la casa. Y este video es cuando él ya me había pegado a mí. Yo me levanté para reclamarle porque él me había pegado y fue para el cuarto a pegarle a mi hijo. Este video se los quería enseñar porque es lo único que yo tengo de prueba cuando lo quiso agredir a mi hijo y ahí fue donde yo no dejé. Eso ya pasó 1 año y medio.
¿Y llamaste a la policía?
Sí, llamé a la policía, pero me dijo que me saliera de ahí porque ese señor no...
Ok. ¿Puede ella hablar en inglés? Ok. Sorry.
So I have explained this on several occasions that I am renting a room that I'm renting for $1,000 under the condition that I have to do laundry, that I have to clean, that I have to cook, that I have to iron. And I also, because the gentleman from whom I rent the room, he does landscaping. I also have to do the landscaping with him. And all of that under the condition to be able to live there because the rent is $1,000. And I have a son, and my son is black, and because it's black, the landlord didn't want him living there with me. He said that he would rent to me, but not with my son. But because my son is underage, he has to live with me. But he didn't want him there. He was making my son's life impossible. He would say that if his hair fell in the shower, that the shower would turn black, and so he told my son a lot of things because he is a person of color, and so he would tell me to leave, and whether I could leave, but. I, do have proof that I have paid the gentleman, and I also filed some claims, but he didn't want to give me a ticket, and so, ¿cuándo dice ticket recibo? Recibo cuando dice ticket?
Sí.
A receipt. He didn't want to give me a receipt, and he wanted me to leave, but he didn't want to give me a receipt, and so he ended up attacking me, and he cut my arm. I have some cuts here that he crossed on my arm, and he was pushing me, and he was kicking me out of the house. And this video is the only thing that I have showing that he was hitting me, and I got up and I started questioning him, and I asked him why he was doing that, and then he went to my room to hit my son. And so again, this is the video that I have where I can show, where I can prove that he tried to attack me and attack my son, and this happened year and a half ago, and he was telling me to leave, and he was threatening us.
Y así fue como me dejó el brazo, todo marcado.
We have about 29 other speakers, so I just want to be
This
courteous.
is what he did to my arm. Tenemos a 29 otras personas que van a hablar.
Okay. Muchas gracias por escucharme.
Okay, thank you very much for listening to me.
Next up, we have Angelica Custodio. Angelica or Angelica?
Sí, sí, sí. ¿Ya? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Primero que nada, doy gracias a mi Dios por estar aquí.
Good evening. First off, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be here.
Voy a ser breve. Quiero que sepan que así como ya han escuchado las historias de cada uno de mis compañeros, lo que están pasando hoy en día, ya tienen pruebas.
First off, I want to be brief, and I want you to know that just like you listened to my fellow leaders' stories and the proof that they have presented,
Yo tengo una niña que sufre asma crónica, también estoy pasando por ese proceso donde yo vivo de cucarachas, humedad y no tenemos apoyo. Ya el concejal ya me conoce un poquito de mi historia.
I likewise am going through the same process. I have a child who has chronic asthma, and there's a lot of humidity there. There are cockroaches in my unit, and we do not have any support. One of the council members already knows my story, a little bit of my story.
Y quiero que nosotros, hay mucha, la comunidad hoy en día no está aquí por miedo a tener represalia, y nosotros nos sentimos apoyados de cada uno de ustedes, de que ustedes sí pueden ayudarnos con esta ley que la necesitamos. De corazón, mire, pónganse las manos y ayúdennos, que sí pueden. Nosotros, la comunidad, necesitamos apoyo, necesitamos tener protección para que esta comunidad sea mejor.
And I want us to be able to have this, and many members of the community are not here because they're fearful that there will be retaliation against them. But we do feel supported. We feel supported by you, and you can support us further with this law. And I ask that you look into your hearts and that you and if you can, to give us the support that we need and that you give us these protections, and because, yes, we can.
Y gracias, y Dios me lo bendiga a todos, a cada uno de ustedes. Dios lo ama.
And thank you. May God bless you all, and God loves you.
Next up, we have Andrea Mazaregos. Okay. Next up, we have Joanna Hernandez.
Buenas noches a todos. Mi nombre es Lady Joana Hernández. Estoy acá por una injusticia que se cometieron Yo viví por más de 3 años en los apartamentos de Westlake. Era una renta bastante costosa y tuve a mi bebé. Esto es un poco difícil para mí porque el arrendatario, por un retraso que tuvimos de 5 días, nos hizo desalojar el apartamento con mi hijo de 4 meses.
¿Cuál fue la demora?
4 días.
4 días. Okay. Good evening. My name is Lady Joanna Hernandez, and I'm here because of a difficult situation that I faced. I was living at Westlake Apartments, where I was paying very expensive rent, and I had a very difficult situation that I faced. Our landlord gave us an eviction because we were late 4 days on our rent with our baby.
Esto fue algo que marcó mi vida porque me pareció bastante injusto y por eso estoy acá hoy enfrente de ustedes pidiéndole que por favor nos apoye a nosotros, la comunidad de Daly City, para que esto no le suceda a otras personas. Dios me dio esta voz y creo que por algo siempre pasan las cosas y me sucedió a mí y en el camino encontré una persona maravillosa que es Abby. Me ayudó con el proceso de abogados porque ya me habían desalojado, porque ellos alegaban de que me había llegado una carta y yo tenía cámaras en mi casa. Y por medio del abogado nos pudimos dar cuenta que ellos estaban mintiendo. Sin embargo, desalojamos y nos tocó irnos en el primer lugar donde encontramos, dejando nuestras cosas prácticamente botadas a la basura porque era demasiado corto el tiempo para salir corriendo de ese lugar.
And so this is something that really left a mark in my life. It was something that I thought was very unfair. And that is why I'm here before you, asking you to please support us, to support people like us. And I believe that things also happen for a reason because God gave me a voice, and that's why I'm here. And I also found a wonderful person whose name is Abby, who helped me through the process with attorneys. As a matter of fact, we had already been evicted, and but because they said that they had already given us a letter notifying us, but that was a lie. We had a camera at my house, and we were able to see that they were lying about this. But they still evicted us, and because by the time that we were able to act, things were moving very fast, and we had to move with our things. We had to throw basically everything into the trash because we, had very little time to be able to do all of this. But we were able to talk to the attorneys.
Así que les agradezco a ustedes, les agradezco primeramente a Dios por ser una vocera para toda la comunidad de Daly City y a ustedes por el gran apoyo que nos puedan brindar para que no ocurran más acosos a los arrendatarios de Daly City. Muchas gracias.
And I thank you all for allowing me to be here, for allowing me to be a spokesperson for everyone here in Daly City. And thank you all for your huge support that you might be able to bring to us so that this harassment on behalf of landlords doesn't happen anymore. Thank you so much.
Feliz noche, gracias.
Have a nice evening. Thank you.
Next, we have Magdalena Lara.
¿Quieres que hable y luego interpretas?
Hable una oración y luego interpreto porque se va muy largo para no perder nada.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Magdalena Lara, soy líder de FENACCIÓN y una trayectoria de casi 50 años viviendo en este país. Esta noche estoy aquí alzando la voz de nuestra comunidad para que se haga esa frase que hay en un libro que dice la magia de pensar en grande. Y quisiera que esta noche fuera esa magia de que se pudiera hacer la resolución de protección a nuestros inquilinos. Qué bello sería que se presentara esa magia para poderlo hacer realidad.
Good evening. My name is Magdalena Lara. I'm a Faith in Action leader, and I've been in this country for almost 30 years. And I'm here this evening to raise our community's voice. And I want to quote a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. And the magic would be in approving this resolution. Imagine the magic of passing this resolution.
Ahorita mira mi memoria la frase que dio el bombero, el oficial. Dice que se pueden reconstruir los edificios, las casas, pero no las familias. Y eso es lo que está pasando en nuestra comunidad, que se destruyen familias y que creo que para todos lo más importante es la familia. Si no hay una familia sana, creo que nuestra comunidad está pobre. Y esta noche, de verdad que quiero que hagamos eso realidad. Voy a contar una breve historia. De tantas que hay. Hay una persona que tuvo que dejar su hogar porque la estufa de 4 parrillas le servían 2. Si conectaba un aparato más, se le iba porque era eléctrica. Se le dañó el refrigerador y le llevaron uno pequeñito como para, no sé, ni para oficina creo que porque eso es. Y son 5 personas. Entonces, eso es parte del acoso. Eso es parte de decirte, ¿sabes qué? Vete de aquí. Y eso es lo que estamos viviendo todos. Gracias por escuchar y buenas noches.
And so right now what comes to mind is the phrase that was used with regards to the fire chief, and the phrase was something like, you can rebuild a building, but not a family. And here, families are being destroyed, and family is the most important thing. And if families are not together, then we are poor. And I just want to tell one more brief story, the story of a person who had to leave their unit because they had a stove with 4 burners, but at any given time they could only use 2 because if they ran or operated all 4, then there would be electrical problems. And then the fridge broke down, and instead of replacing their fridge with a full size, they were given a small fridge like fit for an office. And doing that to people, that's harassment. That's telling them to leave. And so we need to stop that. Thank you.
Gracias. Next, we have Neil C. Neil.
Hi, good evening, City Council, and good evening to my neighbors, families, and friends. My name is Neil. I've been a resident in Daly City for 16 years now, and I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I'm here in solidarity with Faith in Action Daly City and the working people of Daly City. In my time growing up and living here, I've seen my classmates and my loved ones struggling with anywhere between 1 and 4 jobs, with middle and high schoolers needing to raise siblings on top of school and sometimes jobs, and so much more I can't get into right now. Needless to say, the families of Daly City already have enough on their plate. They don't need to deal with rat and cockroach infestations. They don't need to deal with black mold and mushrooms growing from their carpets. They don't need to deal with physical violence and verbal harassment from their landlords. They don't need to deal with cramped living spaces, and they don't need to deal with unjust evictions. Let's be very clear. The poison of tenant harassment is not just part of the growing housing and homelessness crisis, it's part of the growing healthcare crisis. It's part of the growing education crisis, the growing cost of living crisis. It's part of the attacks on our immigrant communities and attacks on women and so many more groups. As Kalima mentioned, we know that what happens at home, a place where we're supposed to rest and recharge, sets the stage for so much of the rest of our lives. We need a Daly City that supports our families' basic needs, including safe, affordable housing. We need a Daly City that can give families opportunities for growth and grants family stability. We need a Daly City that gives older and retired people a fulfilling life. We need a Daly City that allows us to truly live with dignity, not just survive. The people cannot wait. I'm urging you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step toward passing an ordinance in the future that would protect Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. What we currently have is not enough. This is your opportunity to stand with the people who fund your paychecks and fund city operations through taxes and commerce. This is an opportunity to stand with the people who put you in office. This is an opportunity to stand with the youth who are our future. This is an opportunity to stand with the people who run this city. Thank you.
Next up, we have, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Calixa?
Hello, thank you. My name is Calixa, an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. And as a socialist, and I think everyone can agree with this, I believe that housing is a basic need. And it is the duty of our government to meet those needs for the people who make Daly City what it is. Your constituents are here telling you that landlord exploitation and harassment is a major problem that they are facing, especially for immigrants who came here for a better life. Many are living in poor conditions with health and safety hazards like cockroach infestations, and they're being evicted and even physically attacked, as we heard, because they are brave enough to speak up for their rights. Once they are evicted, the landlord finds another vulnerable person who is simply looking for affordable housing to prey on. Safe and affordable housing is a human right, and it must be a priority of the City Council to guarantee that for everyone, no matter the cost, because there is no cost for our lives and our homes. So I urge you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability, and go even further to pass an ordinance for tenant protection. Thank you.
Next, we have Samantha A.
Good evening. Thank you. My name is Samantha, and I'm here with the Party for Socialism and Liberation in solidarity with Faith in Action, Bay Area Daly City. I've been a renter in the Bay Area for the past 15 years. I've had disputes with landlords that have made me feel unsafe to go home. I have dealt with mold in the walls that as a tenant, I have no ability to do anything about, exacerbating my asthma and increasing my healthcare costs. And I consider myself extremely lucky considering the conditions that I often see my immigrant neighbors in, and in particularly my elderly neighbors live in. When you have no recourse, when your landlord is telling you that there's nothing that can be done about mold on the walls, mold in the carpet, your entire life starts to unravel. We live in a state that houses the most billionaires in the world. There is no excuse for people having vermins in their home and no ability to do anything about it. Nowhere to go, no one to talk to, no one to advocate for them. So I'm here tonight to urge you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step towards passing an ordinance that would protect Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. We all deserve dignified housing.
Next, we have Brenda Cordoba.
Buenas noches.
We have a microphone.
Aquí le trae este otro micrófono.
Gracias. Gracias. Buenas noches, gracias. Mi nombre es Brenda Córdoba, soy líder y copresidenta de la mesa directiva con Fe en Acción, área de la Bahía. Hoy estoy aquí para pedirle a ustedes, Mayor y concejales, el apoyo para esta resolución. Como ustedes habrán escuchado, muchas historias e injusticias que están pasando todos esto y todos tenemos algo en común: la renta, el racismo que existe y las injusticias que se viven a diario. Pedir de favor que apoyen esta resolución para proteger a nuestros inquilinos, en el cual ellos puedan brindar seguridad, salud mental, que es lo que está en primer lugar a nivel de esta área de la Bahía. Porque todos merecemos vivir con dignidad y justicia, y unidos y con amor, y juntos con sus votos, podemos lograr este gran sueño para Daly City. Gracias y que Dios les bendiga y les ilumine para ellos poder vivir en paz y con amor.
Good evening. My name is Brenda Cordova. I am a member of Faith in Action and co-president of Faith in Action of the Bay Area. I'm asking here you, Mayor, and the City Council members to support this ordinance and to please, as you may have heard, many of the people have suffered many injustices of rent, race system, and unjust living conditions. Please support these because we all need to live in a healthy environment. And number one is for them to live in a healthy mental health and also in a loving environment. Thank you, and I hope that God blesses you and you can support this ordinance.
Next, we have Maria Martinez.
Excuse me. Okay. Thank you so much gracias por escucharnos y espero que señor alcalde y todos ustedes y que todos pongamos de nuestra parte también.
Gracias. Thank
Porque
you.
lo necesitamos.
Thank you.
Lo
and,
necesitamos tanto. Gracias a todos por escucharnos. Stand there. Okay. My problem
Thank
is
you.
everybody.
Gracias.
Today, everybody for nosotros. Tomorrow, maybe for me, for you. Good luck.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches para todos. Buenas noches y que todos pongamos de nuestra parte también. Adelante.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es María Martínez, presidenta de la mesa directiva de Fe en Acción y líder también de Fe en Acción en San Francisco. Soy madre de residente en Daly City. Sabemos del acoso que existe de vivienda en esta ciudad. Pues hemos escuchado muchos testimonios y eso pues tiene que llegarnos al corazón y pensar en que los niños, los hijos de estas personas no tienen esa necesidad de vivir en esa situación. Entonces les pido por favor que voten a esta resolución, sí, para que estas personas tengan una vivienda digna y que no tengan ese miedo de quedar en la calle. Gracias.
Good evening. My name is Maria Martinez, and I'm president of Faith in Action of the Bay Area, and I'm also a leader with Faith in Action. I'm a mother living here in Daly City. As you have heard much of the harassment that tenants go through, and you have heard many testimonies, I also feel that children should not have to live under these conditions so that they can all live in a healthy environment and so they can prosper. Thank you.
Next, we have Sylvester O.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Sylvester. I'm here with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, standing in solidarity with Faith in Action Bay Area Daly City. I'm urging you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as the first step towards a future ordinance that protects Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. This is urgent. Right now, working families everywhere are getting squeezed from every direction, rising rents, higher costs of living, and landlords who know they can get away with intimidation because the city doesn't have sufficient anti-harassment protections. As we've heard tonight, working class folks in Daly City, our neighbors, are subjected to surprise visits from landlords, loud threats about rent hikes, squalid living conditions, and pressure to move so landlords can jack up prices. These aren't isolated incidents. They're happening across the city, especially to immigrant families, seniors, and everyone else these landlords think that they can take advantage of and get away with it. Tenant harassment is destabilizing, and when families get pushed out, kids have to change schools, local workers have to move further away, and communities are weakened. Daly City already has one of the highest percentages of cost-burdened renters in the region. We can't afford more displacement, especially as the Bay Area keeps getting harder to survive in. Passing this resolution is a crucial first step, but it's only one step in a long march towards just, equitable housing for all. We'll keep fighting for the rights of the tenants, the immigrants, the families, and the workers of this community. I urge you to vote yes tonight and move us towards a real tenant protection ordinance that keeps Daly City families safe in their homes. Thank you.
Next, we have Ashley Chu. Chow.
Hello, my name is Ashley Chu. I'm a resident of Daly City and a volunteer with Faith in Action Bay Area, Daly City, and I'm here in solidarity with the leaders as well as my fellow neighbors and community members in Daly City. I want to urge you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step towards passing an ordinance in the future that would protect Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. As a resident of Daly City, I want Daly City to be a place that protects all of my neighbors, including the most vulnerable. We all deserve to live in dignity, safety, and peace. I want to live somewhere where my kids, their friends, and families, and my neighbors feel safe, valued, and protected. As so many of others have noted tonight, housing is a human right. Please vote yes on the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability. Thank you.
Ashley. Next, we have Veronica Cotto.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Verónica Coto. En este día para mí es un placer y un honor estar frente a ustedes sabiendo que son unas personas que están a favor de la justicia y la moral.
Good evening. My name is Veronica Coto, and I am pleased to be here because I know that you will honor you and also on the side of people's justice.
Soy miembro y líder de Fe en Acción, área de la Bahía de San Francisco. En este día estoy para apoyar y para pedirles que apoyen ustedes esta resolución para la protección de los inquilinos y la estabilidad de una vivienda segura.
I am a leader and member of Faith in Action. I am here to support and also to ask for your support for this ordinance for tenant protections and for everybody to have a safe housing.
Quiero hacerles una breve reseña de lo que yo viví cuando era residente de Daly City, específicamente en Westlake.
I would like to tell you my experience when I used to live here in Daly City, specifically in Westlake.
Yo soy mamá soltera y para tratar de tener una vivienda digna para mí y para mi hijo, me tocaba trabajar 7 días a la semana y 12 horas diarias.
And I am a single parent. In order to have a dignified housing for myself and my child, I had to work 7 days, 12 hours a day.
Y aún así resulta imposible tener una vivienda digna y justa. Sabemos que es un derecho universal.
And even doing this, it is very difficult to have a dignified housing, and we know that it's a universal right to have a dignified housing.
Lastimosamente yo no pude lograrlo y viví esa parte que es bien difícil decirla y se siente nada más cuando se vive. El acoso de que te estén desalojando de un lugar porque ya no alcanzas a pagar o porque en el caso mío fue que se venció mi contrato y solo me daban 3 días para desalojar.
Unfortunately, it's very difficult for me to say that I was not able to accomplish this. For me, it is very difficult to say, and for you to be harassed or evicted without cause. In my case, I was only given 3 days, and the reason was that my contract had expired.
Esa situación definitivamente me llevó a una situación de calle por 2 años, sin tener un lugar digno y estable donde vivir.
And that took me to live in the streets for 2 years, not being able to find stable housing.
Por eso en este día estoy aquí pronunciándome y alzando la voz, porque es necesario que esta resolución pase, porque no queremos que más gente sufra acoso. Gracias.
And that is why I'm here with my voice in support of this resolution, and also because I don't want other people to go through these illegal evictions and harassment. Thank you.
Next, we have Sandro Batista. Oh, we just need 2 minutes for this one, Ms. City Clerk.
Hello, council members. Hello, Mayor. My name is Sandro Bautista Jr. I am a leader in Faith in Action. I was born and raised in Daly City, and I go to Skyline College. Today, I'm here to ask for your support in the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability, as it is the first step to passing an ordinance. As living in Daly City my whole life, I have dealt with landlord harassment. I have dealt with poor living conditions such as mold, rats, and bad insulation. As you heard, many of the Daly City members have also lived through poor living conditions. And through this resolution, it would be the first step to supporting tenants in Daly City, as well as keeping landlords accountable. Right here, I have some packets for y'all to review. Thank you.
Okay.
Do I hand these to?
Yeah, we'll give to the city clerk. Sandro. Next, we have Leonardo Montesa. Leonardo.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council Member. My name is Leonardo Montesa. I'm the leader of Faith in Action, almost 3.5 years. And this is my testimony. spectacle. Ito ang testimony ko. Tumira ako sa Daly City mahigit na 4 na taon. Isang araw may dumating na inspector para i-check yung bahay. May nagreklamo daw. Tapos, sakto nasa harap ako ng bahay. Sabi ko, yun ang kausapin mo, yung katiwala. Tapos, nag-usap sila na nakiusap yung inspector na i-check yung bahay. Kung pumayag yung katiwala nun, siguradong bagsak at hindi pasado ang bahay. Makikita lahat ang bawal dun. Una, sala, ginawang kwartong 3 butas. Pangatlo, yung ipis at saka daga. Maraming, yung carport, ginawang kwartong maraming nilawag na batas. Kinausap ako ng landlord na itabi muna yung gamit namin. Bubuksan yung kwarto kasi sa sala kami nakatira at kinausap kaming lahat ng tenant na umalis muna daw. Kami, darating na ang inspector. May higit 2 oras kaming naghihintay matapos ang pag-check ng bahay. Tumawag ulit yung landlord. Bumalik na kayo, sabi niya. Ang resulta, pasado. Ba't hindi pasado sigurado? Isang araw, dumating yung anak niya hanggang December na lang daw kami. Humihingi kami ng notice na nagpapatunay na pinapaalis kami. Reason nila, ibebenta na daw yung bahay. Lubog na sa utang. Pero walang binibigay na notice paper. Tapos kapag nagbabayad kami ng renta sa bahay, walang resibo na ibinibigay. Maliit lang ang kwarto ko. Nabayaran ko 1,650. Dahil mataas, nakiusap ako sa landlord na bawasan ng $50. Kasi ako ang naglilinis ng banyo. Kasi laging madumi. Pagbukas mo, palang sa banyo, makikita mo na yung mga ipis, ang daming iba-ibang kasing gumagamit. Nakausap po yung caretaker, yung inspector sa bahay, taga San Francisco. Kaya nagalit yung caretaker. Please, the anti-harassment resolution today, please. Sana may pasa natin. Nakikiusap kami. At totoo naman sinasabi namin lahat. At I have evidence. Di ba, Mayor? Pinakita ko sa iyo kay para hindi ko na ipakita kasi yung oras na kasi. Salamat po.
Okay. Good evening. This is my testimony. I've lived in Daly City for over 4 years. One day, an inspector arrived to check the house where I was living. Allegedly, someone had filed a complaint. I happened to be in front of the house at the time, and I told the inspector, talk to that person, the caretaker. Then they talked, and the inspector requested to inspect the house, provided the caretaker consented. The house would surely fail, I thought, and not pass inspection. All the violations would be visible. First, the living room was converted into a bedroom with 3 partitions. Furthermore, there were many cockroaches and rats. The carport was also converted into a bedroom. There were many laws that were violated. The landlord spoke to me and told us to put away our things, our belongings, because the room would be opened up for inspection. Since we were living in the living room, and they told all of us tenants to leave the premises for a while the inspections were being conducted. We waited for over 2 hours for the inspection of the house to be finished. The landlord called again and said, "You can all come back now. The result is that it passed." I couldn't believe that it passed. Then one day, the landlord's child arrived and said that we could only stay until December. We asked for a formal notice of eviction to prove that we were being evicted. Their reasoning was that they were selling the house because they were drowning in debt. However, no written notice was ever provided. Also, whenever we paid the rent, no receipt was ever issued to us. I had a very small room. I paid $1,650. Because the rent was so high, I asked the landlord to deduct $50 a month since I was the one cleaning the bathrooms. It was always dirty. The moment you opened the bathrooms, you would see cockroaches everywhere. There were so many. This is because many different people used it. I spoke to the caretaker and the one who had the house inspected. They said they were from San Francisco, and which is the reason they were so angry. This is the reason this resolution needs to pass today. I ask of you, pass the anti-harassment resolution today. Thank you very much.
Next we have Tinzar Win.
Hello, good evening, council member, and my name is Denza. I was a leader of Faith in Action, and I was a lieutenant of Daly City 2. Here, I want to provide for my own experience and the community tenant experience. The landlord should be provide for the residency proof for the children's schooling needs, and then they should provide educate ventilation system throughout the unit they provide for rental purpose, and the landlord should be provide the educate heating and kitchen facility and provide laundry amenity for the tenant, and also proper door lock for the security reason for the tenant. The landlord should be transparency with sharing utility bills and fix the broken appliance in a timely manner. And also, I will support for the anti-harassment law for the both party, because we need a humanity, dignity, and no harassment by any who. For this harassment law, we doesn't require a large budget about this. To whomever is responsible for the violation should be required to pay for the fine or the either fee. Both parties should, both either tenants or the landlord should be registered at the city county. So this will be the first attempt for preventative stuff. And then the landlord nor the tenant can attempt to harass by each other. For us, if you want to move the chair from the room, you have to be inside the room. Thank you. Thank you for.
Thank you, Tinzar. Next we'll have Adele Manansala.
Good evening, everybody. Ako po si Adelaida Manansala na nakatira po dito sa Daly City. Noong pong bandang January ito, ng taon dito, na ako po in-harassment ako ng aking ang titirahan. 5 days lang po ang aking delay sa aking pagbayad sa bahay. Inano po niya ako, linusob niya ako, alas 4 ng madaling araw, alas 5 ng madaling araw, talagang ginigising po niya ako. Every po, talaga po nga po, sinabi ko po sa kanya, wala lang po akong pera. Talaga po, wala po ako, ilang taon po akong tumira dyan, 5 years, pero hindi po ako na-delay. Pero yung po talagang ginawa po niya sa akin, ang ginawa ko po naman, ano naman, siyempre po natutulog po ako, nabibigla ako. Ngayon po, nung inano po ako ng ganun, ang sabi ko po sa kanya, antayin mo ako, magbabayad naman ako. Sabi ko po gano'n sa kanya. Halos kumisan po, hindi na po ako natutulog doon. Kung saan na lang po ako natutulog. Kaya po, yung pong ginawa po niya sa akin. Kaya po, mabuti po, nagpapasalamat ako sa Diyos. Ang faith action po, tinulungan nila ako. Tinulungan po ako nila. Kundi lang po sa kanila, siguro po baka po palabay-labay na rin po siguro ako. Baka po isa na rin po akong namamalimos kanyan. Kaya po sabi ko po sa Diyos, talagang napakabait po ang itong mga kasapi ko sa faithing action. Sila lang po ang tumulong sa akin. Ang ginawa po, dinimanda pa po ako. Ang ginawa ko rin po nung pong dinimanda ako. Ginawa ko din po, dinimanda ko din po siya. Kaya po nung kung nagharapan kami sa sa judge na ganyan, ang sinabi po sa akin ng ang attorney ko, huwag kang matakot, sabi niya, tutulungan kita, hindi ako magpapabayad sa iyo, sabi ng gano'n sa akin. Hindi ako magpapabayad dahil sige, hanggang katapusan tutulungan kita. Yun po sinabi sa akin ng attorney ko. Kaso po, nahiya po ako sa faith action. Huling baka po tuluyan po silang sa akin yung mapagod. Kaya po nahiya po ako sa kanila. Nakita po siguro, kaya po nag-umingi sila ng nakita nila nakarera po kami ng faith action, tinulungan nila ako talaga. Kaya po sabi ko, nagpapasalamat po ako sa Diyos na tinulungan po nila ako, kundi po nila ako tinulungan. So palaboy-laboy na rin ako siguro, kaya po nagpapasalamat din po ako na nakasapi po ako sa kanila. Kaligtasan na proteksyon, ang paggalang. Nararapat na may kapayapaan tayo sa ating mga tahanan. Salamat po.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Adelaida Manansala. I've lived in Daly City, and I think it's important that we pass the anti-harassment law because I want to give you an example of how I was harassed in my home. There was one occasion where I was 5 days late with my rent payment. I lived there for 5 years. Not once was I late, and the landlord would come and barge on my door and wake me up and come into my house at 4 a.m., at 5 a.m., and wake me up, screaming at me, cursing at me. I told her that I didn't have the money at the time, that if she waited for me, I would have the money to pay her rent. Can you imagine? I lived there for 5 years, no delay. And then, so what I started doing was I started sleeping elsewhere just to avoid that treatment, just to avoid that harassment. I told her, wait, I will pay you. So I started not sleeping there. I thank God every day that I found Faith in Action. And Faith in Action helped me. And Faith in Action, and if it was not for them, I have a feeling that I would be homeless or God knows what. God is kind. Faith in Action, they were kind to me. And so what happened was the landlord sued me. So I sued her back. And then we faced each other in court. I was provided an attorney by Faith in Action, and the attorney told me, "Don't be afraid. I will help you. You will not pay me. I will help you." So they continued to help me, and I was so ashamed of my situation with Faith in Action. But despite that fact, thank God for all the help that Faith in Action gave me. Safety and protection for all tenants. We should have peace in all our homes. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Solse. Yes.
Hello, council members. My name is Sosilita Kofi Javier. I represent Saga at Skyline, but I'm here in solidarity with Faith in Action Bay Area. Let's see. I'm here to urge you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step towards passing an ordinance in the future that would protect Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. This issue is important to me simply because people are suffering when they do not need to be. And yeah, I'm on the verge of houselessness myself, and so these types of topics will directly impact me at one point. But the people that they're impacting now, as we've heard throughout tonight, need a lot of assistance and a lot of support. Hence why I'm here, even though I'm sleep deprived and got 3 teeth taken out yesterday. I have grown up in Daly City. I don't currently live in DC, but it will always be my home and my heart. I feel like it's an easy thing to comprehend that basic human rights include a living space that doesn't create further financial and health issues. I again urge you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step towards passing an ordinance in the future that would protect Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Shine. All right. Next we have Albania Fuentes.
Hello, hi, good evening. My name is Albie. I'm a Faith in Action leader as well as a Skyline College student. I'm here today to urge you to pass our anti-harassment resolution to protect the tenants of Daly City. I thought that my experience of mold in my home was something that was just happening to me, but after hearing so many stories from our community members, I realized that this is a huge issue across Daly City. When we think of home, we think of safety and comfort, but unfortunately, that is not the reality of many Daly City tenants. The reality is rats, cockroaches, fungi growing out of their carpets, dirty water, landlord harassments, even threatening tenants with evictions, as well as the health impacts. Passing this resolution is the first step that our community needs to ensure that Daly City tenants have protection and aren't living in fear for speaking out against their unhealthy living conditions. So please vote yes for the anti-harassment resolution to show that you care for our community's health, safety, and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Melissa Mejia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa. I'm a leader with Faith in Action here in Daly City. I lived here my whole life. I was born and raised here. I'm a student at SF State, and I'm here to support the resolution for the tenant protection. And like everybody said, this is the first step to getting a ordinance here in Daly City. I have heard many stories from our Daly City team, our community, friends, and neighbors. And those are just a few of the many that are going on here in Daly City. Hearing these stories have moved me to create a change and I feel like it should move you guys to be part of this change as well here in Daly City. This is why I am here today to support the resolution, because I believe that it will soon become a law here in Daly City. I would like to see this change, not only for myself, but for the community and every other person who has come up here and shared their story. Thank you so much for listening to us, and have a good rest of your night.
Awesome. Next we have Ashley Modelli. Ashley.
Good evening, Council. My name is Ashley Daly, and I'm a leader with Faith in Action here in Daly City. I've been living in Daly City for over 25 years, and I'm going to share a story that I experienced. I lived in an apartment in Midway Village, which is a part of the Bayshore area, and it had mold in the interior of the ceiling. I did not know until my upstairs neighbor had plumbing issues and a water bubble popped and opened in my ceiling. I woke up for over 4 months daily with a headache and had to take medicine and buy damp rid to make the apartment livable. When I discovered mold in the ceiling, my landlord did nothing. They said that they would fix it, but only patch the hole. No one deserves to live in a moldy apartment. All Daly City residents deserve to live with dignity. Today, you have the opportunity to make the first step in making that a reality for all of your constituents. Vote yes on this resolution. Thank you.
Next we have Katie Getz.
Hi, good evening. My name is Katie Getz, and I am a school counselor at Thomas R. Policita Middle School, and I'm here in solidarity with Faith in Action Bay Area Daly City. I'm urging you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step towards passing a future ordinance that would protect Daly City tenants from landlord harassment. It's vital that Daly City act to protect our families from harassment. The students and families I work with are already dealing with so much. At a minimum, we can offer more safety and security in their living situations. As a school counselor, I wear a lot of hats every school day. I can assist students with organizing their backpacks. I can help them talk through a conflict with a friend. I can be a listening ear as they grieve the death of a loved one. I can teach them how to use their breathing as a tool during a panic attack. But at the end of the day, I cannot change what a student goes home to. Housing is one of the most basic human needs, and this body has the ability to create new protections for renters, including our most vulnerable families. The first step to safer homes for our families is a yes on this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Lisa Frias.
Good evening, Council. My name is Lisa Frias, and it is my honor and privilege to be in my 24th year as a teacher at Thomas R. Policita Middle School. Policita Middle School is a Title I school. It is rich in culture with a vibrant sense of community. TRP students and families are resilient, courageous, and beautiful. I am here in solidarity with Faith in Action Bay Area Daly City leaders. I am here to urge you to support the resolution for tenant protections and housing stability as a first step towards passing an ordinance in the future, and it is only the first step. As we know, students and families currently face many, many stressors and challenges. These include, but are not limited to, the threat of ICE, not only to our immigrant families, but to all people of color in our community who may be profiled and targeted. Economic hardships such as escalating grocery prices and unemployment also negatively impact our families. A fundamental need for students and families is safe and stable housing. Tenants must have protections against landlord harassment and neglect, unlawful evictions, failure to make repairs, substandard living conditions, and discrimination. Because of immigration status, fear of reprisal, and discrimination, many families are often not in a position to be able to speak out and advocate for themselves. As a teacher, I witnessed the devastating results of these stressors on students, especially lack of safe and stable housing. Their mental health, academic success, and overall well-being all suffer. It is unconscionable and unacceptable that any of our students are not safely housed. For this reason, please, this resolution must be passed.
Next, we have Janelle P. Janelle? Okay. In this list, Sandra Pryor.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. My name is Sandra, and I've lived in Daly City for 50 years, over 50 years. Thank you. I've lived here and I've experienced a lot. I've experienced the mouse situation. I haven't had roaches yet. I've had landlords who didn't want to fix things, but one of the worst things that I had was my water situation. It started off, it was yellow. I was told that run the water for 5 or 10 minutes and it'll dissipate, it'll go away. So that 10 to 15 minutes ended up to be an hour. Ended up to be 30 minutes and then 45 minutes until I gave up. It was no longer brown, or it was no longer yellow, but it turned out to be brown water. I had a gym membership, so I'd have to go to the gym every morning before I went to work. So that I could be clean. Would you want your family to have to live with that water Would you want your grandmother or your mother to have to live with that? I realized that running that water meant that I was paying for the water bill that was getting higher and higher every month. My pipe broke in the kitchen, disintegrated because it was rusty, and they replaced it. And so I had clear water in the kitchen, but I didn't have clear water in the bathroom. He ended up having to leave because I could not take a shower at my friend's house or go to the gym every day and take a shower there. So I urge you to pass this law. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Tahira Dean.
Hello, good evening. My name is Tahira Dean. I'm a staff attorney at Public Advocates. We're an organization based in San Francisco, and we've been working with the Faith in Action organization to draft the ordinance for anti-harassment. As you know, Daly City tenants are under pressure. Not only are they preparing themselves for the possibility of ICE raids and surveillance, but they're experiencing housing insecurity. Housing stability starts when tenants aren't afraid to ask for the repairs from their landlord. Unfortunately, as you've heard tonight, Daly City tenants have reported living in uninhabitable rental units, which sometimes leads them to self-evict because they're so afraid to speak up, because they're afraid that the harassment will lead to eviction. And then that will stay on their record for years. Immigrants in particularly are fearful about addressing authority, and that includes the landlord. A local tenant anti-harassment policy can deter harassing behavior by landlords against tenants, encourage landlords to follow the law, and improve habitability of rental properties. It provides tenants legal recourse when they are subjected to such behavior. Although California Civil Code 1940.2 prohibits some harassing behavior from landlords, it does not cover many of the forms of harassment that tenants routinely experience, and it does not provide sufficient remedies. The draft ordinance that we've shared with you all does not overburden the city or its budget. It just simply provides the city attorney with the option to take on the cases on behalf of the tenants. And most importantly, it empowers tenants to go into court and seek the solutions they cannot get without the additional remedies that this ordinance provides. In order to support tenants in these uncertain times, Daly City must pass an anti-harassment ordinance. And we ask that you say yes to this resolution as the first step towards passing that ordinance. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Donna R.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is Thana Rajapaksi. I'm a recent tenant here in Daly City. I'm learning how hard it is for tenants to get relief from harassment from their landlords, as we've heard from all the stories tonight. I believe it's a job of the city to step in and protect its citizens from any abuse. Quite simply, there's nothing wrong with providing protection to the most vulnerable stakeholders in the community. I ask that you take necessary steps to get an anti-harassment ordinance passed and eventually draft an impactful policy to protect the tenants of the city that you serve. Thank you.
Next, we have Diana Lopez. Okay. Next, we have Rovi Lynn Antonio.
Hello, good evening. Mayor, City Council, Rovi Lynn Antonio with the California Apartment Association, representing rental property owners and operators here in Daly City. We have serious concerns with the premise of the resolution before you tonight. Based on the comments that we've been hearing, there seems to be a notion that there are zero rights for renters here in Daly City. That is so wrong. Rental housing is a highly regulated industry, and there are already so many laws that protect renters from unjust evictions, illegal rent increases, harassment, habitability issues, and including physical assaults from their housing providers. Our association worked very hard to educate housing providers on what these laws are to make sure that they're providing safe and legal habitable housing. The comments in the resolution fails to even acknowledge the Tenant Protection Act of 2019, which Governor Gavin Newsom said is the strongest renter protections in the nation. It has been strengthened every year since it's been passed. It also fails to acknowledge that laws enshrined in state and health and safety codes that protect renters from harassment and retaliation from making complaints about uninhabitable units. In fact, in 2024, 126 new laws around rental housing were introduced. What we're asking for the City Council tonight is do better for your renters by promoting what these existing renter laws are. Investigate the cases that is before you tonight. Put code enforcement to use if there's bad water and mold growing. If there are assault that's happening, call the police department. Educate everybody. If people are not understanding what the current laws already existing are, what's one more document going to do to help them? So we please ask you to be fair and look beyond a one-sided, display of support that's been given to you tonight. Thank you.
Next is Christina Lee.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council Member. My name is Christina Lee. I can hear tenants' problem, previously, seems like they suffer lots of habitability issues. Some of them has a rent hikes. As a small landlord, just a small landlord, I will not evict somebody like late for 4 days, even a month. I probably would think first choice if they are late for 2 months, then I would think about eviction. Other than that, I will not do such a thing like that. And then also, previous speaker said she got eviction for no reason, but California law provide no just cause eviction. So you cannot evict somebody you don't like it and you want to evict. There's no such a thing. Now eviction based on harassment, there's no such a thing either. If you look at the city like Oakland, Richmond, Berkeley, Santa Monica, West Hollywood, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Antioch, and Salina, they passed the harassment law first because this ordinance is easy to pass, and then later they strengthen the rent control. So I hope that you guys can look into that. And also, harassment is a crime. Like if you are stalking, misdemeanor, cyber harass, or criminal threats. Harassment is illegal if involved in the race, gender, religions, age, disability, national origin, or sexual harassment. It's already covered by California and federal laws. Why do we need this ordinance in Daly City? So please consider that.
And our last speaker for this issue is Daniel Lee.
Hi, my name is Daniel Lee. We heard about a lot of immigrants, minority. Guess what? I am immigrant. I am minority. And also, I'm the housing provider. We don't harass our tenants. We adore our tenants. Some speaker said he or she was late for 4 days and she got an eviction notice. No. If somebody is late, the eviction notice have to be served, that doesn't mean that he or she is going to get evicted. It is just only the process that we have to do. And we hardly like to evict anybody unless they don't pay the rent. And just like Christina, my wife, said earlier, we don't even evict anybody for about 2 months. We give them a lot of time, and we always wait for the legal process. Tenants has more rights than we do. And some people say housing is their right. No, housing is your responsibility. Housing is not your right. One should not depend on the city, the government, or the handout. You depend on your own. Human rights is responsibility, not something you want to get free. And also more issue and so forth. You need to open your window. You need to do your own housekeeping. You need to keep your unit clean. And by the way, I would like to talk to the young people. All socialism countries fail. So we all need to do our housekeeping. And we have already SB 1482. It covers almost everything, including the just cause eviction. So please do not pass this. Please do not pass this resolution. Thank you.
All right, thank you for all the speakers that came and spoke. I'm going to have and open this up to my colleagues on the dais.
Pardon me, Mayor.
Oh, there's more. Got you. Let's bring all down.
One gentleman asked if he could write something, and I said yes, and then someone else did. May I read them? They're very short.
Sure.
This is from...
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. We can't read on record, right?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
They have submitted something there.
Yeah.
And they could go ahead and read it.
Well, I'll just say that both oppose the ordinance. How's that? Miss Lynn Ney and Allison Peng. They oppose the ordinance.
Okay. And it'll be into record?
Yes.
Okay.
And for your information.
Okay.
Well, with that being said, Mayor, I I'd like to make a motion that we now close public comment unless we have any additional cards.
Motion to close. Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I would like to open up discussion to, yes, Councilmember DiGiovanni.
I guess I'll start. Well, let's see, I'll try to make it short, but at first I want to thank the mayor when I read through this on this report, when I says that the mayor, it doesn't surprise me, Doss Megabel supports the resolution and encourages the council to adopt the resolution as a prudent step. And then when I read through it, then I was really, at first I thought, oh, it's a resolution, but I noticed that it does make the commitment to work on and get the information for an ordinance, right? So it does make that commitment to get together the information. Because Redwood City, as we know, passed a unanimous renters protections that I would defer to the mayor, because I know that he's moving forward. He'll probably be the one that'll be the lead on this, and then look into what they have. And there's also, this is not punishing good landlords. They even have a list of exceptions on the hard work that Faith in Action did with Redwood City. And every single council member who were real estate people, non-real estate people, they all voted for it. So that should say a lot. It was a unanimous decision. This is not about punishing. If you're a great landlord, we love you. You're a humanitarian. That's the way it should be, and that we applaud you for that. But as you heard in this room, it's not the case. And I know that none of you would ever treat your clients or your tenants that way. I do know that for a fact. But it's happening. I get messages all the time from even seniors who are petrified. You are 78 years old and you're petrified to say anything, and you came from a small village in the Philippines? That is wrong. That is so wrong, and you don't have a voice. right? So for me, I support it, and I would like to respectfully ask that we move forward, and then it does it, to look into it, and then make it fit for our city, because I trust the mayor in this, because I know where his heart is, I know where his brain is, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I know a lot of you have already spoken with him, and his social standard for social justice, and you may think that we have disagreements, but at the same soul, that soul is social justice and fairness for everyone. And that I know, regardless of any other disagreements. I know for a fact, equality. And that's what he teaches in his classes, that's what he's a father of, and that's what he does in our community. And he doesn't have two faces to show. He shows one face only. And so I defer to him as a lead, and I think if we move forward, then with your lead, and we find out what Redwood City did and other places and make whatever fits, whatever the mayor works on. And I do think if it's fiscal impact, my God, we are a city that spends money, not saying we spend it frivolously, but I think for the people on these type of things, I want to let the mayor know that I was at a conference almost 2 years ago and found out that legal aid did not have an office anymore at the Daly City Partnership. The president of legal aid approached me and was really upset that she had to go to South City and she would not be coming in to Daly City to see clients. That is disturbing. I had no idea. So these are the people that we need to support the people. And there's, that these stories are real. And then it's a humanity. What are we supposed to do for the least of these? And then, you talk about poverty. Doesn't matter if you're religious, not religious, or not, or who you believe in or who you're not. Who for us are to serve the least of these? It is our human responsibility. If we are put into a position, and that is what we are able to do, to give a hand, because it is society. I believe it is society that has created the poverty, that people try to push them down to keep them oppressed so they won't have a voice, so to just keep them that way, so they can try to control them. But we can lift people up and provide those opportunities. And all the good landlords here, and I know that they know a lot of really good ones to provide services, our hip house things, and the prices are extraordinary. And another thing is I found out through AG Bonta that Graystar Westlake Apartments, which was bought by them, just settled for a $7 million lawsuit with the AG because they were using the AI automatic to figure out the rent at our Westlake Apartments. And all throughout California, South Carolina, Florida, and other states. I don't know what they settled for there, but they settled for $7 million. And thank you, Bonta, for holding people accountable for that, because I hope it translates down to the renters, because people are really trying to make it. There's a lot of good people, and they are really trying to make it, and we really need to give these opportunities at all levels. Doesn't matter what package we come in, because we're all God's children. So for me, from a humanity standpoint, and then again, and I'm not just saying it, those of you who know me out there, I applaud this mayor for taking that action and to be able to do that, because we have to. Who are we? And I would think that hopefully the good landlords would stand up and support us, stand beside us, get some of these great people that are working hard in your buildings, and they'll be great tenants, and they'll keep it clean and take pride in your properties, because there's so many good landlords out there, lots of good landlords. But sadly, this is not the case. And then people feel stuck, they're scared, they don't know where to go. And then we need to provide those services, and I don't know, I'm in full support, and I would say to defer to the Redwood City, and they had lots of exemptions, and when they got a unanimous vote, I said that says something, because they all come from different backgrounds on Redwood City. Thank you very much, and I'm in full support. Look forward to the ordinance.
Councilmember Perano.
Thank you. When I read this, or when I listen to the stories, it's not that I know it's happening, I hear it. And I don't know if another document is going to make this go away. When I look at AB 1482, and I read through it, there's already a strong law. Talks about just cause eviction, rent caps, habitability. Landlords must maintain safe, livable conditions, working, plumbing, heating, electricity, pest control. Anti-discrimination prohibits discrimination based on race, religion, disability, family status, source of income, like Section 8. Security deposits, local protections and variances. Now, a newer law that's affected 24-25, it indicates as important as having refrigerators and stoves that work. Why am I bringing this up? Because there's already a law. Wait, I don't appreciate that. There's already a law.
Why would Richmond City do it, Teresa?
Can I finish? Perhaps what the problem is educating. Educating in all languages, having the knowledge that they have a law to work with. It's easy to write a paper, and I appreciate it, Mayor, that you did that. I believe that the biggest problem here is not having a resolution in Daly City. I believe the problem is that the law that is in existence must be enforced. The law that's in existence should be out there in every language. It should be on billboards. It should be in the news. It should be on the internet. We should be using the law to make everything better. We could sit here and write this and nothing happens. It's important to understand that we're here for the people that need the help. We are here to support the businesses. We are here to support people that sacrifice to have a home or a few homes to rent. Everybody is not the villain here. What the problem is education and to get the information out there in every language and give that support. How can you get help? The other thing I want to say, City of Daly City, this is important. City of Daly City, through the Daly City Community Services Center and the partnership, they provide basic safety net services. Why is that important? I have 3 pages here, and I could ask maybe if the city manager can make sure this is on the internet, is on the website. There's utility rate assistance, there's housing services, there's senior services, youth, why am I saying that? Because again, it is important to know what's out there in everybody's language. Everybody needs to know. If we already have this law in the state of California, perhaps what we need to do is get that information out and make sure that people hear it. Because everybody we can make a nice, pretty paper and we can say, look, here, we believe you. We do believe you, but it's not working. So let us see if we could come together and find a way to get the word out. Thank you.
Through the mayor, real quick, I'll make it quick.
Councilmember.
So obviously, when Redwood City did their research, I'm familiar with them and how Faith in Action worked with them and the council members, and they knew about the state law. It did not protect the people in the Redwood City city itself. And that is a fact. That is a fact. And you can talk to their city attorney, you can talk to their city manager, you can talk to their city council, you can talk to the members over there, you can talk to Diana Reddy, you can talk to members in other cities. Even in South City, they're going to do renters protections because we each have to individually do it ourselves. They can create all the state laws, but why do you think Redwood City would not do it if they didn't have to do it?
We don't know what they did.
Yes, I do.
Through the mayor. No, what I'm saying is we need to find out what's out there and use it, okay? Because the point is, well, you know what? We need to make it work. We need to make it work.
We got a resolution that can work.
I'm looking at it. I read it. You know what? It doesn't have any meat as much as that you're asking. Why aren't we instead looking at what we have and work and use those? That's all I'm asking.
Actually, I was still speaking, but that's okay. But anyway, so as I was saying that's why they had to do it. Everyone knows that out here because were over there working in that area as well. You know the facts. You're the people. You're the people that live in it. You live in it. And then I'm sure the mayor has met with people.
Okay.
And that it's needed.
Councilmember
Thank
Dijon,
you.
I know you already had time to
Thank you.
speak. Um,
I'm done. We need it.
Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor.
Look at
All
it.
right. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start with my first question that I wrote down prior to all this happening, and that answer came to me just a few minutes ago. What other city has this sort of resolution or ordinance? And I think I just found out. Thank you. I'd like to first address the tenants and those who spoke this evening. And I made a couple of notes to myself. Renting a room under conditions, battery and assault charges, roaches in a unit, late 4 days and got evicted, equipment, refrigerator smaller in size, stove not working, landlord exploitation, mold in the walls, just cause eviction, building renovation, unlawful modifications, provide heat, working appliances, many violations, 5 days late, having lived there 5 years prior, mold in the ceiling, water issues, brown water. Those are horrific conditions, and I have a problem with that. Now to the landlords and homeowners. However you obtained your property, you have probably worked hard for that property. And I said homeowners. At 24 years of age, I bought my first home. 47 years later, I'm still paying on that home. If I ever decide to rent my home, I will ensure that the tenants rent that home with dignity. But I still have a mortgage to pay on that home. And if you don't pay me rent, somebody's got to pay that mortgage. So you see what I'm getting at? There's two sides to the story. Now I'm going to start defining additional information as Councilmember Perano had indicated. I too took a look at Senate Bill 1482, and I too read the information about just cause evictions. I too read the information about rent increases and the maximum you can increase the rent. There's something called cause and effect, and I'm going to discuss that later on. But now I'm going to ask the following. Are there any civil penalties that can be imposed? And I ask that of the city attorney. Civil penalties, either against the landlord or the tenants.
Under state law, yes. And it would be, there would be penalties and then there would be subject to litigation.
Thank you. I ask Madam City Attorney, are there any criminal penalties that can be imposed either against the landlord or the tenants?
Not specifically under landlord-tenant law, but it would be under penal codes.
Under penal code, such as assault and battery?
Correct.
Which was an example that was presented to us tonight. Are there any health issues that can be subject to the purview of the health department?
Yes.
Yes. Rodents? Cockroaches?
Yes, for unhabitability.
Okay. Tonight, someone mentioned about a complaint that was made and the city became aware of that complaint, which subsequently instituted code enforcement going out. Does the city provide that service of code enforcement? Madam City Attorney,
Yes, they do.
which is precipitated by a complaint from someone else. So as a result, what transpired in one particular case, unlawful modifications were made to the particular rental or the unit. And such as that, who would be responsible for bringing that property back into order? Madam City Attorney?
The owner of the property.
The owner of the property. So, every situation is unique. Every situation is different. We cannot satisfy every aspect. As which was made mention here today, what is necessary is education. Education, and is being what's happening today. To produce a resolution for a study, and as it's written here, it is to somehow move to an ordinance. That is another layer of scrutiny to which I feel our city should not undertake. So, with that being said, I would hope that our city provides updated information constantly, such as on our website, similar to like what we have with iHelp. If you have a problem, what resources are available? And you should avail yourself of those resources. I think bringing in additional scrutiny to our city to get involved in something that either can be criminal or civil is not what we do. In the interest of time, if I have to make final comments, I will do so, but allowing everyone to speak without debate is the proper way to go, which is why I have not interrupted any one of my colleagues up here, but at least allow everyone to speak. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and that's all I have at this time.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. As I recollect my thoughts here, it's no secret that, if I was sitting in the crowd and I was reading a person's body language, I don't feel comfortable. This is a resolution. is in a way of a symbolic gesture that we protect the most vulnerable people in our community. This is not an ordinance.
That's right.
This is just a way to get to a study. If we care about the people, I don't care if it's another study, another method. If we care about the people, we filter and we filter and we filter and we come through it. We are not a one-size-fit-all policy-making body here.
Amen.
We know we go through the RENA numbers, right?
Yes.
But those people in the state don't know Daly City. Those folks want to build on Colma. Where? On top of people's graves? Don't make any sense. And it breaks my heart. And we want to know what cities have passed this. Okay, so Pam, thank you for Redwood City. I didn't know about that. But we have City of San Mateo. We have East Palo Alto. Okay? What do they all have in common in Daly City? These are some of the most neglected majority immigrant people of color communities. We are not a one-size-fit-all catch-all. The policy is just a move towards a study to collaborate. What's wrong with collaborating? What's wrong with studying? What's wrong with bringing people to the table so that we could understand? Because there are gaps. There are gaps.
Amen.
AB 1482 is a statewide rent and just cause of eviction rules, but it doesn't clearly define or fully remedy day-to-day landlord harassment, leaving many tenants unsure how to assert their rights. A local anti-harassment framework can spell out specific prohibited behaviors, enforcement options, and remedies, closing gaps that state law alone does not cover. What's wrong with that? I don't understand. We can educate all we want.
Jesus would do.
We can educate all we want, but if we don't have teeth for protection, then what are we doing here?
Advent season.
Pam, it's my turn to talk. I know, just saying.
Yeah, I know.
This is a careful, collaborative implementation that directs staff to study the feasibility, the fiscal impacts, the enforcement options, and to report back by mid-cycle budget in 2026.
Yes, let's do it.
To me, we already know this is not an elephant in the room. Bay Area is hard to live in. Shoot, I have multiple jobs. My wife has multiple jobs. I'm freaking mad educated, but I can't even live here without all those jobs.
Yeah.
What is more this? I don't know. I know I don't want the emotions to get the best out of me, but if my heart and my mind and my soul is aligned to say what I'm saying, and the people that have came here to pour out their hearts. And I'm not saying all the landlords are bad. Shoot, my dad is a landlord. That's how he stays afloat. And he tells me about all the bad stuff. But we need protections for the most vulnerable people in our communities.
Yes. Our community.
What type of message are we saying to our people here? What type of message, what are we, when we go down tonight and if we don't pass this, it's just a basic resolution just to come to the table and just study if this is feasible or not. All money is not the same money. I understand that. But it has to at least go through a vetting process, at least. This is the most bottom, just getting to the conversation. And so it just, from the bottom of my heart, I mean, I feel like I spoke for my soul. And I'm just, for me, I just feel like based on this vote, what are we walking away with? And that's what I got to say. So with that, if there's any other questions or comments, I'd love to have a motion to pass this resolution.
Second.
Okay. Do we do a roll call vote, please?
Ms. DiGiovanni?
Aye.
Ms. Perano?
Aye.
Sylvester?
Lynn Sylvester, no.
Dr. Rod?
Aye.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for those that came tonight. I'm looking forward to working together in collaboration and see what we could come up with. It's not a perfect process. Okay. Okay, off to, oh, wait. Before we move on, I forgot that we didn't do a vote for items number 4 and number 5 for the retirement of Chief Myers and Sylvia Mosqueda.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if I may, I'll
yes.
make a motion that we accept items number 4 and 5.
I'll second.
Second.
Oh, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so item number 13, public hearing amending the chapter 2.16 of the Daly City Municipal Code, Arts and Culture Commission.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. Before you tonight is a request for consideration to amend Daly City Municipal Code, Chapter 2.16, regarding the Arts and Culture Commission. As way of background, the Arts and Culture Commission was established by the Daly City Council in December 2013 to develop and encourage programs in the fine arts and to promote and celebrate the cultural diversity of the community. After celebrating its 10th anniversary as a commission earlier this year on April 8th, the commission undertook a self-reflective process, revisiting its ordinance-based duties and discussing how effectively they meet the needs of Daly City's increasingly diverse population. The Arts and Culture Commission recognizes it has grown in scope and impact since its creation. The request from the Commission to update their duties is intended to expand the scope of what the Commission may advise on, based on their evolving work over the last decade, shifting from a narrow fine arts focus to a holistic, community-centered cultural commission. Additionally, in response to the City Council's request to ensure the Arts and Culture Commission has adequate funding to support their initiatives, the updated ordinance will include the creation of an Art in Public Places account. This account is designed to provide clear oversight of funds donated or allocated by the City Council for cultural programming and public art, ensuring transparency, accountability, and the ability to strategically plan long-term arts initiatives. Modernizing the code will acknowledge the Commission's expanded impact and provide the structural support needed to continue delivering meaningful, inclusive, and socially relevant arts programming for the community. While the proposed revisions broaden and clarify the range of cultural, historical, social, and community topics on which the Commission may provide advice and recommendations to the City Council will still retain full decision-making authority. During the next calendar year, it is staff's intent to work with the City Council to review all commissions and evaluate the efficacy. Staff and the Chair of the Arts and Culture Commission are available to provide any additional information desired by the Mayor and council members.
All right, so I guess let's open up to the dais if you have any comments or questions.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
All right, thank you so much for the staff report. I went through all of it. My comment is, I think it's been well done. I'm definitely for the, not the commingling of funds, which disestablishes another fund to which funds can be taken out of. However, I always have to give the good stuff first. However, in the ordinance, I read one part, 2.16.030, that talks about the qualifications of commissioners. What I would like to do is see that wordsmithed and changed. It says commissioners shall be those persons who have demonstrated a strong commitment to the arts through individual patronage, education, or professional experience or knowledge of a particular art and culture field. Now, if I were to apply that to myself, I don't meet any of those qualifications. And I'm feeling that if we do impose such qualifications, you could miss out on a diamond in the rough. Somebody who turns out to be very well or works very well, like say teamwork. So I have a suggestions. Commissioners may be those persons. So it kind of gives us somewhat of a guideline as the council when we have potential people, candidates who say, you know, and when we ask them, hey, have you ever done this before? Have you ever done this before? I just hate to limit what the council's purview in selecting various persons. I'll give you an example. When I was asked to be on the planning commission, I had no idea about buildings. But you know what? I sure learned. Okay? And then it goes on to say, who represent a diversity of backgrounds. I think that was well written. Good thing you didn't say diversity, because if I look at my the commission now, it's primarily of one diversity. However, they do an outstanding job. So I don't want to limit ourselves to that. But I think the qualifications should either be wordsmith or changed. Instead of take out the word shall, may be, or should be, something like that, but not shall. My thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
I just
Councilmember
want
Pratt.
to say that I agree with the vice mayor on that, just on the wording, not to limit ourselves with a lot of people in our community. That'd be great.
Councilmember
It's
Pratt,
just a quick one. I don't understand under duties where it says A, to advise the city council on all matters affecting the culture of the city, which includes but not limited to city budget. I'm trying to figure out how that works in with the commission.
For me, that would be intended for the establishment of the public, the art in public places account. They would make recommendations on public art, things of that nature. So to me, that would represent the additional part that's coming in at the end of the
Okay,
ordinance.
and so it's kind of like, I mean, I'm just thinking like DCPLA, they come to give money. Are they intending to raise money and then give that money into this account that you're talking about, where then they recommend what to do with the money? Are they raising it, like, let's say they want to erect a statue, and so they're raising funds for that, and the money goes in there, and then they recommend it? Is that kind of what we're
So it
looking
could
at?
all tie in. Currently, the commission does reach out for sponsorships currently for events like Dia de los Muertos. They did receive a lot of sponsorships, so that those monies would then be directed to this fund, so that there's clear oversight. And as Vice Mayor said, no commingling. It'd
Then
be
that money,
clear and
yeah,
concise.
then that money would go to pay for whatever it is.
Events, and if there are things, for instance, like a statue that's being recommended, that would be brought forth to the city council for review, consideration, and adoption.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, I know the money with the sponsorship, because I personally have given, but I was just thinking like in future, I could see them do something even bigger, than that. But anyway, thank you.
That is the hope and goal. And again, those things, those new things would be brought forward to council. If it's just monies being collected for a sponsorship of, for instance, one of their events or their art exhibits, that wouldn't be brought forth to council. That would just be to have the refreshments and things for the event.
Got it.
Funding.
Thank you so much.
Can I get a motion to?
Mr.
my
Mayor,
bad. Go right ahead.
One
Vice
more
Mayor.
comment. As I'm hearing Leilani speak, as I'm looking this, I try to read in between the lines, even though it doesn't say, but I think this is probably going to set the standard for other commissions for us to follow, because I like the idea how you delineated the duties, how many meetings that you have per year, and how the rotation of the chair is. I think that's going to filter down to maybe some of our other commissions, because that's going to ensure efficiency and having a quorum. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think we can do better. So I think this is very good. Thank you. Thank
you, Vice Mayor.
With that change,
Go right ahead. Yeah, I got you.
shall or should. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Let's see. Can I get a motion to open the public hearing?
So move.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Is there any people here to comment on? Seeing none, can I get a
Close.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Can I get a motion for the city attorney to read by title only?
Second.
Okay. Oh, is there
Motion.
a first?
Yeah, first.
Okay,
Second.
second.
Well, with the amendment.
Oh, yeah, with the amendment.
Okay, with the Vice Mayor's amendment.
Okay, so the current ordinance does, as written, does not include the section 2.16.030 with regards to the commission. So the motion includes the amendment of the language change for the commission duties. Is that correct? To include may. So I will add that as part of the title reading. Can we just get a voice vote with that vote?
Yes, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Daly City amending Chapter 2.16 of the Municipal Code regarding Arts and Cultural Commission. Council member may introduce the ordinance.
I would love to introduce the ordinance. Okay. Are we good? Okay. So thank you for those that stayed for this item. We're proceeding to item number 14.
Oh, my gosh.
Public hearing amending Chapter 2.20 of the Daly City Municipal Code, Recreation Commission.
Good evening, Mayor and the members of the council. Staff recommends that the City Council amend Chapter 2.20 of the Daly City Municipal Code regarding the Recreation Commission. In 2017, the Youth Advisory Committee was established through Resolution 17-75 to create a platform for youth voices in Daly City. The Daly City Youth Advisory Committee, DCYAC, was intended to offer school-aged residents an opportunity to serve on a board, observe and participate in local government, and gain valuable experience that would help prepare them to become civically engaged and empowered citizens. The goals of the DCYAC were to represent the youth voice and provide meaningful feedback to promote a healthier, more connected community by 1, providing opportunities and resources for Daly City teen residents, 2, promoting education, healthy living, and social awareness, and 3, preparing teens for the future through community outreach, events, workshops, and related activities. Over time, the committee struggled to maintain a quorum due to extracurricular commitments and scheduling conflicts, including after-school sports. As regular attendance declined, enthusiasm and engagement diminished, resulting in the committee becoming inactive. At prior City Council budget priorities study sessions, it was identified that the Youth Advisory Committee be transitioned into a youth commission. Given the challenges discussed above, staff now proposes repealing and replacing Daly City Municipal Code Chapter 2.20, Recreation Commission to include one youth advisory member, a youth commissioner, and an alternate. Youth commissioners must be residents of Daly City between 13 and 17 years of age at the time of appointment and enrolled in middle school and/or high school. They will serve in an advisory capacity only and will not count toward the commission's quorum. Each youth commissioner shall serve at the pleasure of the city council for a term of up to 2 years and until their successor is appointed and qualified. Staff recommends that the City Council repeal and replace Daly City Municipal Code, Chapter 2.20, Recreation Commission. We are available, staff, Edgardo, and myself, to provide any additional information desired by the mayor or council members.
Thank you, Denise. With that, yes,
question.
Councilmember Prano.
Thank you. So would you be letting the schools, the middle schools and the high schools know that this is, and then you'd have them apply, right? And then you'd go over what the qualifications are, or what the requirements are, what you expect out of them, and what they will get out of it. And then what would they oversee? Would they, in your vision in doing this, what would you have them do?
So they would be a supporting role, advocates for the youth, bringing to the Recreation Commission ideas and thoughts. The Recreation Commission currently is not just sitting as a commission, they're actually participating and being a part of our current programs and activities. And we can just see the youth commissioner as an advocate for those youth in that 13 to 17 years of age to kind of bring other ideas that may not be happening currently in our department through our volunteer leadership program, things like that, but just ideas and thoughts that we can bring to fruition, and with the commission, Recreation Commission support, kind of activate these individuals.
Would you consider, I'm just thinking kids in high school and homework and sports and all that, I would guess you guys would work on maybe a good time, not necessarily 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I mean, I don't know. With the youth, you know, so much to do in school and, you know, if they're in sports. And I mean, I would just think that maybe, and I'm just throwing it out there, you think of like a after school kind of a meeting instead of late at night. I don't know.
The youth commissioner in our thought process is sitting with the Recreation Commission once a month at 7 o'clock.
Oh,
with
okay.
that actual group.
With them, actual.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sounds cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember DiGiovanni.
I'll just make it real quick. Is this make him officially a part of that? I know when there was a big thing in Burlingame, and I had met some of the councilmen women from Hillsborough, and they said, oh, you should contact the youth commissioners in Daly City and get them to come. Kevin Mullen's going to be there. So-and-so is going to be there in Burlingame. And it's part of a big group of youth commissions throughout the cities. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
They said that their recreation.
Yeah, so every other year, there's a thing called Yak Attack, essentially. When we did have our commission, we tried to go. It was an off year, but it was essentially the pandemic. So back in 2019, when I was, given the opportunity to be the staff liaison, along with Leilani, we had an active group of youth.
Yeah, you did.
However, pandemic hit right as we were leading up to having an actual event. And the biggest issue that happens, to your point, is all those extracurriculars happen right after school. So it prevents anything for us to be able to do anything right after school. Unfortunately, with busy lives, the thing is, we think about adults being busy all day. Youth have school, they have their, they have their time they need their own time too. It makes it very hard to get everyone together. However, like Denise, kind of having that one voice, because we are connected to many youth through our programs, through especially the VLP in the summer, the volunteer leadership program. the teen internship program, all the clubs and things that support our programs. There's a multitude of people that we can tap into. We just need that one individual to kind of spur everything. And that's what we see this role being. That one person that, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that apply. I'm sure of it, and I hope. It's finding that one person that has that drive to push themselves, to push others to get connected with us, with the city.
Great,
So that's
and
the
then we
hope.
can support the youth. It's great. Good job. Thank you, Mayor.
Vice Mayor Glenn Sylvester.
Thank you for your report, Denise. I got a question that I'd like to ask. Who came up with this idea?
I would say it's a group effort. I think that I echo Edgardo's statement. What we had as a DCYAC is something that we didn't want to necessarily lose, but not having the buy-in and the pandemic hitting and all of that kind of dissipated the engagement. Again, we as the Department of Recreation Service are very engaged with our teens and our youth, but having somebody sit on a platform to be able to support the Recreation Commission and to be able to give a voice to the youth, I think is very important. We have people that can talk to us all the time, but to have them, a representative and an alternate, be able to come and be a part of everything is important for them to learn what the process is across the board, and also to, you know, to build their participation through their peers. So I think it was a hands-on, a little bit of everybody having a little kind of flavor into what it should be, to be honest.
Well, I ask you that question because I was listening intently as you were reading the staff report. I'm feverishly looking for it, but I was listening to what you were saying. And I have to give you and your team kudos because we as a council worked very hard to establish that youth commission, but you substantiated everything as to, well, basically almost like the demise of it. And I'm feeling by this action you're taking, you're somewhat revitalizing it and bringing it back. And who knows where it may lead in the future. The mere fact that you even still considered youth is very paramount as far as I'm concerned. And I think it's very, very important. It kind of likens a similar job function of our police officers. You have someone called the SRO, School Resource Officer. This advocate, this youth advocate, can be, I think, may perhaps under your leadership and the rest of the commission as a go-to person or a representative. So, you know, I'm just looking optimistically that this can probably lead to bigger and better things. And I'd like to congratulate you and again, your staff for kudos for not letting this die off. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Those are my comments. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. With that, can I get a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion to open the public hearing.
And Sylvester, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I don't see any speakers on this issue. Can I get a
Motion to close.
Can I get a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'd like to reopen it for any other comments from my colleagues. I just want to say thank you to you and staff as a collaborative effort. In an ideal world, I would love to have that DC YAC. I would love to have a youth commission. There's valuable experience and capital that they can gain by just sitting in the dais and understanding how to do Robert's Rules of Order, understanding the operations and intricacies of how local municipalities work. And I hope that this leads to a more deeper interest. But knowing how busy kids get nowadays, and having a child that is like more at the services than our own home, there's another layer of folks that we need to tap into for those that are not so busy. But I think it's so valuable to have youth representation. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I wasn't part of a youth group when I was younger, and understanding the whole political terrain of local to state to national levels. So I give kudos to you and the staff and everybody that worked on this ordinance. So with that, can I get a motion for the city attorney to read by title only?
I make a motion.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. This is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Daly City amending Chapter 2.20 of the Municipal Code regarding the Recreation Commission. Council can introduce the ordinance.
Okay. I'll go ahead and introduce the ordinance. All right, off to item number 15, public hearing on community development and housing needs. So we have Linnell Sulaguin as our staff representative.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and council members. Staff recommends that the council conduct a public hearing on community development and housing priorities for the city's 2026-27 HUD Action Plan. So each year, the City of Daly City receives funding from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. We get funding from the Community Development Block Grant, also known as CDBG, and home funds. So the primary purpose for the CDBG funds is the primary objective is the development of viable urban communities that provide decent housing and a suitable living environment, and the expansion of economic opportunities, principally for low-income persons. The primary objective of the home program is to expand the supply of decent, safe, sanitary, and affordable housing, with primary attention to rental housing for very low and low-income families. HUD hasn't told us yet how much we will be getting in CDBG or home funds. For reference, in 25-26, the city was allocated $929,286 in CDBG and $965.83 in home funds. Tonight represents the first step in preparing the FY 26-27 HUD Action Plan. So there will be two public hearings. This is the first public hearing. The second public hearing will be in typically the second council meeting in April, where by then we will have a draft action plan that has gone out for public review for 30 days. So the one-year action plan helps to implement the 5-year HUD action plan. So right now, 26-27 represents year 4 of our 5-year HUD action plan. And year 4 is also the second year of a 2-year CDBG funding cycle. So we will not be issuing an RFP for 26-27 funding. The public hearing was noticed in the paper of record. It was a 30-day review notice, and we also emailed notice of the public hearing to our CDBG interest list. As of today, we received 2 written comments, which I believe you guys received. The first from HIP Housing, and the other from Legal Aid. And staff is available to answer any questions you may have, and I do believe we have some people here to speak tonight. Thank you.
Speak.
Thank you. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and can I get a motion to open the hearing?
Motion. Go ahead, Teresa.
Go ahead. Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Yeah, I have one speaker card here from Melanie Four from Upwards. Welcome, Melanie.
Wait for the timer. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council members. My name is Melanie Four. I'm the Community Impact Manager at Upwards. I wanted to thank the Council and the Community Development Team for your support of our Boost program, which strengthens Daly City's childcare providers who are in most need. Childcare providers play a vital role in our community and local economy, yet in Daly City, they earn on average $18 an hour, qualifying many as low to moderate income. These providers are passionate about caring for children, but they often lack support in areas like marketing, enrollment, billing, curriculum planning, and one of their biggest challenges is staffing. This makes it difficult for them to sustain, let alone grow their business. At the same time, over 50% of Daly City's children under age 5 lack access to licensed care, which leaves thousands of families, especially mothers and single parents, unable to fully participate in the workforce. Family child care providers are much more affordable and more likely to offer flexible hours for those who work non-traditional hours, including the city's first responders. So thanks to the city's support and CDBG funding, the Boost team is partnering with 6 providers this year, empowering them with personalized coaching, digital tools to streamline their operations, increase their enrollment, which helps increase revenue without increasing the cost of care for families. So this helps providers grow their business, create local teaching assistant jobs, and expand access to affordable quality care for working families. So as you consider funding priorities, I encourage the city to continue supporting economic development programs that help strengthen our small businesses, especially the childcare providers who dedicate their lives to caring for our future generation and make it possible for families like my own to fully participate in the workforce. Thank you for your time and continued support.
Thank you. Are there any other speaker cards? No? Thank you, City Clerk. Can I get a motion?
Close the public hearing?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments from my members of the dais? I guess I have one question. So we have here that says, I guess just summarizing, there's like unpredictability for 26, 27 CDBG funds. If there is something that does change, will there be a potential for 26, 27 grant funds if there's like, let's just say, a change in the government?
Possibly. There's so much uncertainty right now. I really can't speak to that. I
Okay.
don't know it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a shame. I mean, as just a comment, it's just that the work that all the folks do under this grant is such valuable work, and it's a shame that the unpredictability of funds is we don't have the potential to provide any type of funding for that year, and it's disappointing that we don't have the determination over that funding, depending on what will happen in the future. Yeah, I guess I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say it out loud in terms of, and I just hope that something changes in the next year or so that there is potential for these funds to be available. Right.
Terrible.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, comments? Yeah. Okay. Can I get a motion to adopt the resolution by roll call, please? Oh, my bad.
Do
Yes.
you want us to make a motion?
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Next second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
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 And then roll call vote, please. Yes. Sorry.
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Aye.
Ms. Perano,
Aye.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, aye.
Dr. Rod.
Aye. All right. Are there any appointments, board commission, membership committee appointments? All right. Seeing none, Proceed to item number 16, council committee reports. Are there any council committee reports? Seeing none. Going to item number 17, city council reports. Are there any city council reports? No. Seeing none. Hand it over to our city manager for item number 18, any staff reports.
Yeah, just real brief. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., council reorg.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure we'll get out a little sooner.
Thank you, city manager. I don't believe I have any type of adjournment. No? Okay. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for attending this meeting. I'll save my words for tomorrow, but it's been truly an honor, a fast and quick year as the mayor. I wish everybody's had this experience to feel the fire, but also the love. All right, so meeting adjourned.